your home for Arkansas Travelers baseball. This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
It's time for Arkansas Travelers baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from San Antonio, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to San Antonio's Wolf Stadium, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the San Antonio Missions in Game 3 of a 4-game series. It is an overcast night in San Antonio with 80% chance of thunder showers around 9 o'clock. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show right here in your home for Travs Baseball, Little Rock ESPN 1380. Yesterday, the Travs losing another one-run game. Arkansas has played more one-run games than any team in the league this year. Last night, a 4-3 loss at the hand of the San Antonio Missions. Travs kicked themselves, committing 2 errors in the deciding 4th inning, where they had a 2-1 lead on a Matt Brown home run to start the top of the 4th. But then Brown commits an error, as well as Eric Rodlin in the bottom of the 4th. 3 runs scoring in that inning for the San Antonio Missions. The Travs, although came back in the 8th inning, had the tying run at 3rd and the go-ahead run at 2nd. They were unable to get that last base hit. And so the Travs fall to a record of 9-12 heading into today's game. San Antonio at 7-13. That was the Mission's second win in 12 tries. And tonight, our pitching matchup will face a couple of right-handers against each other. For the Travelers, it'll be James Holcomb making his 5th appearance. Holcomb coming off a start where he pitched on only 3 days rest. He is 0-2 with a 372 earned run average, and coming off a pretty good performance where he allowed only 3 runs in 6 1/3 innings in the no decision against Wichita. Yorman Bazardo pitching tonight for San Antonio, traded over from the Florida organization halfway through last year. Bazardo was traded at the trade deadline. He'll be making his 5th start with the Mission. He's gone 1-1 with a 3.91 ERA. It is the ITT Tech pregame show, and a reminder that your potential can increase with a degree. You can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Tech in Little Rock. For details, go online to ITT-Tech.edu. We'll come back with more on the ITT Tech pregame show, including yesterday's Texas League box scores, setting up the standings, and today's action as well. This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on the ITT Tech pregame show before tonight's San Antonio Missions baseball game. The third game of this 4-game series. We'll wrap it up tomorrow at 7:05 And then the Travs out to Corpus Christi Sunday afternoon at 2:05. Phil Elson with you, checking out last night's Texas League box scores. Springfield, a 7-3 win over the Corpus Christi Hooks. The Cardinals limited to 6 base hits in the game, but they did hit 3 home runs. The Cardinals have hit more homers than any team in the league. They've hit 31 this year. Reed Gurecki, the league leader, hit his 9th home run of the season yesterday. It was a 2-run homer. Kevin Estrada and Kevin Richardson also chipping in with long balls. Jordan Powell pitched well in getting his 2nd win, while Juan Gutierrez took the loss. Over in Wichita, the Wranglers got a home run from Alex Gordon, his 5th of the season. Gordon finishing 3 for 4, scored 2 runs and also knocked in a pair of runs. Junior Herndon picking up the win. He is 2-1, while Leo Nunez came on for the last 2 outs, recording his 2nd save. And the Tulsa Drillers implode yesterday, committing 5 errors and losing to the Frisco Rough Riders by a 4-2 final. Frisco winning only, though they collected only 5 base hits and 1 run batted in. The Drillers committing a season-high 5 errors. They gave up only 1 earned run and take their 4th consecutive loss. Standings today look like this. Texas League North is led by Springfield with a league best 14-7 record. Tulsa at 11-9, 2.5 games out. Travs are in 3rd place, 9-12, 5 games back. The Wichita Wranglers started to play their best baseball. They won 3 in a row, and at 7-13, Wichita is in last, 6.5 games out. In the South Division, Corpus Christi in 1st at 12-9, half game better than Midland. Frisco at 3rd place at 10-9, and the Travis Point San Antonio Mission 7-13, 4.5 games out. We've already had a rainout today in the Texas League. The same storms that have come through Little Rock have also canceled the game at Driller Stadium. Tulsa and Frisco will be playing a doubleheader tomorrow. Springfield and Corpus Christi tonight, 7:05, and a 7:05 first pitch at Wichita with the Midland Rockhounds and the Wichita Wranglers. A little bit of news from the minor leagues. It was announced today that the American Minor League Umpires Association has agreed to send the contract to a vote of their membership. It'll be on Monday. All signs are pointing towards the membership, meaning the minor league umpires voting yes to a 6-year deal, and that means that the minor league umpires will be back on duty no later than May the 8th. So it'll be at least another 10 days with the current replacement umpires, but then the regular minor league umpires will be back in about 10 days, and that's good news, certainly all the way around. We will be sitting down and talking with Traveler manager Tyrone Boykin coming up shortly about that, about the umpires signing the contract or getting ready to sign the contract. And we've also got much more with Travs manager Ty Boykin right after these words on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SPC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching, too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. KDXE North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show here in a cloudy, overcast evening in San Antonio. Phil Elson joined by Travs manager Tyrone Boykin as we chat before this ball game. Ty, good to see the last couple of games. You've had some really nice performances from the starting rotation. just before the first game of the series, you had been talking about how Jesse Smith had to go out there and pitch 6-7 innings no matter what, and he gave you possibly the 7 best innings of the season for anybody. And then yesterday, Daniel Davidson also looked like he had a good start too. Have the last couple starts, at least, and the way James Holcomb pitched last time out, at least put your mind at ease a little bit about the performance of the starting rotation?
It's encouraging to see. When you got a guy that goes out there and struggle, he's got 5 days to figure it out, and you can only hope that within between his bullpen session and his drill session that he figures something out. Look at Jesse Smith. Before his last outing, he went 1 inning, 40 pitches. James Holcomb comes out on 3 days rest and is outstanding. And then we see Daniel Davidson last night. He gives us 7 innings. I mean, this is what you want out of your starters. I think, for some reason, in this day and age, starters aren't looking to go 9 innings for some reason. I mean, it's one of those things where, hey, give me 5. You hear that old saying, 5 and dive. Well, we're not looking for 5. We're looking for you to go 9. At worst, 7. And Jesse Smith, Davidson, Holcomb, those guys have given us that. So, it's good to see. It's encouraging to know that these guys are actually learning something from their previous outing. They're getting their work in between their starts, and they're coming out with a plan, and they're executing it.
Ty, where do you think it came from, the idea that starting pitchers, I guess over the last 20 years it's really happened, that the whole 5 and dive thing? Because you do hear that from some guys, that they're really only looking to go 6 and then let the bullpen take it from there. Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. I mean, I think, back in the day when you had 4 starters and guys were throwing, 150 pitches a game, and now guys are being limited to 110, 120 pitches, and they got, you got a 5-man rotation. I think it's come about where, from a scouting standpoint, from a developmental standpoint, guys are always talking about developing the relief pitchers as well. With that being said, I mean, that's true, but at the same time, you've got to develop a starter to condition himself for 9 innings. Whether it's 120 pitches or it's 110. You want him to go 9. So that's what we talk to our guys about. None of this 5 and dive. I mean, 5 innings is good, but we want you to go out there for a couple more, and then, if you can, spare the bullpen some. I mean, these guys in the bullpen get a lot of work, and, when the guys on the mound are doing their job, then that's when it becomes a challenge to get guys innings out of the bullpen.
Let's switch gears a little bit. Couple of things that I wanted to get to. One, the situation that occurred in Pawtucket, Rhode Island a couple of days ago where Delmon Young threw his bat at a replacement umpire after getting called out on a maybe a questionable third strike. Ty, you've been in the game for a long time. Have you ever seen anybody throw anything or throw a bat at an umpire before? Is this the most outrageous thing that you have heard of in your time in baseball?
Yes, it is. It's one of those things where, you think to yourself, what's this guy thinking? I mean, you're talking about an outstanding player in Delmon Young, and you hate to see stuff like this happen. I mean, it's one thing, you get frustrated, you're a little upset with a call or something, but you've got to be able to control your emotions. I mean, that's one of the things I think our guys have been outstanding with in this situation with the umpires. They haven't been trying to show anybody up. I mean, yeah, you're going to be mad about a call. You're going to get upset, but you've got to be able to control your emotions, and you definitely, absolutely cannot throw your bat at an umpire or a player, a coach, or anybody. You can't do that.
You can't do that, and I guess in some way, attacking the mound has been accepted in some forms, I think, because it's looked at as a form of retaliation and maybe revenge. I don't know if I agree with that, but when you're talking about the umpires, you're talking about the people that are in charge of the game. At the very least, they should be the most respected people on the field along with the managers. And it just breaks the code, I think, an understanding between the players and the umpires of just how the relationship is supposed to be.
It's one of those things that it's an unwritten rule as far as I'm concerned in this game. I mean, you got to respect the umpires. They have a tendency at some times to be a main factor in the outcome of a game, whether it's right, your way or against you. They're the guys that are going to be making, all the calls during the game, whether you're out, safe, strike, ball, the rules, everything. So, I mean, you got to respect the guys. I don't care who it is behind the plate or in the field. And, when you get a player that's outwardly disrespecting an umpire or outwardly disrespecting a coach or a manager, then you got problems. I mean, I don't care who the player is. I don't care, what his prospect status is. I don't care what round he went in. I mean, these are the instances that you've got to be above that. You've got to be above a bad call. You're going to be upset, but you've got to be able to control yourself and show people that you're above, those antics on the field where it's going to cause you a lot of bad press, and it's going to hurt your organization as well.
Staying on the topic of the umpires, it was announced today that the American Minor League Umpires Association has agreed to send a contract to the vote of their members. It's going to be voted on Monday, and it should go through, apparently, which means that the minor league umpires will be back to work no later than May the 8th. Ty, we've seen some of the umpiring city to city. It's a little inconsistent. This has got to be welcome news for not just the Travs, but probably every player and every coach and manager in minor league baseball these days.
It is. I mean, we've seen a couple of different crews, and, the one thing you can't do is worry about who's making the calls. You can just kind of, talk to them a little bit and encourage them to do better. You can encourage them to, hey, you got to tighten up on your zone or whatever. But it's great news as far as I'm concerned to know that the regular umpires are coming back. It's not a game unless it's the natural players out there, the natural umpires. I mean, we all talk about the umpires. Some umpires aren't as good as others, whether they're, the official umpires or they're replacement umpires, but they're umpires. And when you've got the regular minor league umpires out there, now it becomes more of a standard game. And I'm glad to see that they're able to work things out. Just like with the strike a few years ago, the major league strike with the players. I mean, you got the replacement players out there, but it's not the same if the actual players are not there. So I'm glad to know that the umpires have got something in the works of maybe an agreement, and we can get them back on the field and we can get back to playing regular baseball.
For joining us on the ITT Tech pregame show, Ty will receive a $15 gift certificate to Shorty Smalls, located in Conway, North Little Rock, and Little Rock. Ty, thanks very much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowle. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success. Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
In sports, a cheer can be a great way to get your team pumped up. Here at FedEx, we want you to be pumped up about shipping with FedEx Ground, so we thought we'd do a little cheer of our own. Is everyone ready? Then let's get this party started.
Ready, let's go! Hey, people in there, get up and clap for
FedEx Ground.
Hey, people in there, get up and clap.
Your feet. Because FedEx Ground is a reliable and cost-effective way to handle all your day-to-day shipping needs. FedEx Ground. FedEx Ground. That was sticky fresh. I do not know about you, but I am pumped to the max. Woo-hoo! For more information, go to FedEx.com. Relax. It's FedEx.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Wolf Municipal Stadium with the Travs and the Missions just about set for action. San Antonio taking the field, and Yorman Bazardo currently throwing his warm-up. Let's get to the starting lineup for the Missions, who are 7-13, managed by Darren Brown, AA affiliate of the Mariners today, with Jason Bourgeois leading off, playing left field. Batting second is the second baseman Michael Garcia-Parra. Hitting third and catching, Jeff Clement. Wladimir Balentien cleaning up. He'll be in right field. Batting fifth for the Missions, first baseman Bryan LaHair. Gary Harris batting sixth in center. The seven-hitter is Jesús Guzmán. He's at third base. Matt Rogelstad batting eighth at designated hitter. And Ozzy Navarro rounding out the starting nine. Navarro over at shortstop. The Arkansas Travelers post a record of 9-11. Manager Tyrone Boykin today has Dwayne Bacon leading off, playing center field. Batting second and in left field is Aaron Peel. Brandon Wood at shortstop batting in the 3 spot. Cleaning up, third baseman Matt Brown. Tonight's Trav's designated hitter Mike Elward batting in the 5 hole. Bobby Wilson bats 6. He'll be catching. Jason Espino batting in the 7 spot in right field. First baseman Greg Porter hits 8th. And Eric Roslin bats 9th. He'll be at second base. Starting pitcher for the Travs is James Holcomb, a right-hander at 0-2 with a 3.72 ERA. And Yorman Bazardo throws the rubber tonight for the San Antonio Missions. 6 feet 2 inches tall, 170 pounds. He's a native of Maracay, Venezuela. 1 win, 1 loss, and a 391 earned run average to start this game. Our umpire crew for today's game, we only have 10 days left with our replacements. Ernie Pantuso behind the plate. He'll be the crew chief. Nick Tortelli at third base. And Eddie LeBeck calls the outs at first. Bacon will bat from the left side against the right-hander Bazardo. And we have our first pitch of the night outside at 7:05. Right on the dot. We start on time. Game time temperature here in San Antonio is 83 degrees. The 1-0 to Bacon, missed low and away, called a strike now. The umpires, the new umpires have been very slow with their strike calls, and it's now 1-1 on Bacon. Stiff wind coming in from center field, turning this pitcher's park into even more of a pitcher's friend. The 1-1 on the way to Bacon, and it's a fastball high and outside from Bazardo, and it's 2-1. Up at third is the third baseman Jesús Guzmán, about 2 steps on the grass. Shortstop Navarro, second baseman Garcia Parra playing deep. The 2-1 comes to Bacon, and he chops it over the mound. Second baseman Garcia Parra got to get rid of it quickly. He does, and just in time to retire Bacon at first base. It'll go 4-3, and Garcia Parra had virtually no time to get rid of the ball on that high bouncing chopper by Bacon. So 1 away, and Aaron Peel standing in. See the rest of the numbers on Yorman Bazardo, who is currently in his 6th professional season. 1 win, 1 loss, 3.91 ERA. This will be his 5th appearance. Pitch to Peel is a fastball on the inside corner called strike 1. In 23 1/3 innings, Bazardo has allowed 21 hits and only 1 home run. It's an 0-1 to Peel, and he swings and fouls it straight back. Got a fastball to handle up in the zone. But now down to the count, and it's 0-2. 11 runs off of Bazardo, 10 of them earned. He has walked 10 and struck out just 11. Pitch on the way to Peel. It's 0-2, and the slider is low and outside. Good eye by Peel, holding the bat back. On deck is Brandon Wood. Bazardo, pitcher from the windup at all times, only 21 years old. It's a 1-2 pitch to Peel, and he swings and fouled it right over the press box, directly over the broadcast booth, just a good 10 feet above my head. Buzz actually has his window closed, so if it would have come towards Buzz, it would have hit the window. If it would have come towards me, right on the noggin. The pitch to Peel, and it hit him right on the number 5 on his uniform. So Peel will take that and absorb it, head down to first base, hit by a pitch. And the Travs get their first base runner of the day. Peel now hit by 3 pitches this year, which ties him with David Gates and Dwayne Bacon for the team lead. A few baseball magnets on this ball club. Brandon Wood standing in, and Peel takes a short lead at first base. Bazardo sets out the belt, and the right-hander delivers to Wood a fastball, and it's high and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Wood yesterday 0 for 3 with 1 walk. He's had 1 hit in the 2 games of the series, and it proved to be the game-winning 2-run homer on Wednesday evening. It's a 1-0, and the pitch on the way. Fastball rides inside from Bazardo, and it's 2-0 on Wood, hitting .306. Team leading 6 home runs. And Brandon ranking second on the club with 17 RBI. Matt Brown on deck. Peel with a lead away from first. LaHair reaching out, holding him. Pitch on the way, and it's a fastball just at the letters. and called strike one. 2-1 on Wood. The breeze that I've described coming in from center field is more like a stiff wind gusting up to 24 miles an hour, but it is steady, holding at 20 miles an hour straight in. 2-1 to Wood. They'll take it, and it is inside, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike, another fastball by Bazardo. So the outfielders that usually play shallow anyway in this cavernous ballpark, they can afford to take a few steps further in, even with a batter with power such as Wood. Got a 3-1 count. Bazardo delivers with Peel running, and it's swung on and driven in the air. Very high, very deep to center field, but the wind blowing it back towards Harris, and Harris makes the catch a good 30 feet inside the center field wall, and Peel has to hustle back into first base. Goodness, any other day but this. And Brandon Wood just hit his 7th home run of the year. Yesterday, Greg Porter hit a ball. I mean, I don't know how the cover even stayed on the ball. He hit it so hard, a dead center, which measures 402 feet from home plate to the deepest part of the park, straightaway center field. And, I mean, Porter hit it at least 401 feet. He got all of it. Had nothing more than a sac fly to show for it. Same here with Wood, but no one's at third base. The batter now is Matt Brown. He homered yesterday, and he'll foul a pitch straight back, and it's 0-1. 402 to center, plays more like 800 feet. 310 down the left field line and 340 to right. The alleys are not measured, but it's about 385 to right center, 375 to the left field alley. Brown, right-hand batter, hitting 337. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled in the air over the first base seat, settling into the picnic area. And it's 0-2 on the trap third baseman, Brown. Brown, seemed yesterday the game was almost all about him, at least as far as the Travs are concerned. At the plate, he was 2 for 4, knocking in 2 runs with a homer and a double. In the field, Brown also committed 2 errors, one of them leading to the 3-run rally for the Missions that proved to be the game winner in the 4th inning. It's an 0-2, and Brown reaches out for the slider and fouls it away over the press box. Stays alive with an 0-2 count, top of the first. Nothing score. Aaron Peel is first base after getting hit by a pitch, now with 2 outs. And Brown fighting to stay alive on 0-2. Brown mentioned 337. He's hit 5 homers. 13 RBI. And to the stretch, Bazardo, and Peel runs with the 0-2. It is fouled off again over the first base side. 4 consecutive foul balls hit by Matt Brown. Yorman Bazardo with a career record of 38 wins and 28 losses. 1 game in the major leagues. He achieved that feat last year, 2005. Made only 1 appearance with the Marlins and gave up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. And to add insult to injury, he got 1 at-bat and struck out. It's an 0-2 to Brown. Here it is. The slider is pulled on the ground to the third baseman. Guzmán is up with it. He'll go the short rush to second to force out Peel 5-4. And the Travs are done in the first inning. Not much to show. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Bottom of the first coming up at San Antonio. The Travelers do not score. Here come the Missions on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in the city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah," said the old man, "you'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We return to San Antonio, Texas for the bottom of the first inning, and James Holcomb starting to warm up. Oh, we've learned a lot about James Holcomb during his last start, which was a 6-5 win, but a no decision on April the 23rd, right when the Travs were with a hole in the starting rotation after the promotion of Steven Shell to AAA, and Rafael Rodriguez had not yet arrived in town. Holcomb was forced to work on just 3 days rest, which is very rare for a pitcher in the minor leagues, and it's pretty rare for anyone in the major leagues, but even more so in minor league baseball. And Holcomb ended up delivering his finest appearance of the year, though he didn't get a win to show for it. Travs won it in the 9th inning. 6 in the 3rd, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, and it set down 15 consecutive batters. So the 6'5" native of Reno, Nevada, is facing off against the top 3 hitters in the missions order. Jason Bourgeois first. He began the game yesterday with a triple to right center. And before he steps in, we're going to have the plate umpire, Ernie Pentuso, waiting for Bobby Wilson, the traveler catcher, to strap on the left shin guard that apparently popped loose while he was warming up Holcomb. Holcomb will now climb on top of the mound. 25 years old, from the University of Nevada. And here's Bourgeois into the plate. First pitch on the way from the windup. It's a fastball up high, and it is 1-0 on Bourgeois. Bourgeois has 3 hits in this series, a couple of triples. There's only 2 triples of the year. It's a 1-0, and it's a changeup at the knees called strike 1 to Bourgeois. Michael Garcia-Parra and Jeff Clement also due to hit in the first against Holcomb. Leg kick, 1-1 to Bourgeois. Shot past him out towards Brandon Wood at short. Fielding it left to the base. His throw to first is high. Greg Porter pulled his foot off the base, and he'll be safe at first. Charge and error on the throw on Brandon Wood, but I'll also tell you what, Greg, although he's been doing a good job stretching this year, he had to reach up high, and he pulled his foot off the bag before he caught the ball. Now, who knows? He might have had to leave his feet in order to save an error from Brandon Wood, but it's an error anyway. So, Bourgeois is on base and charged Wood with his 8th error of the season. Standing in is Michael Garcia-Parra, right-hand batter, and Holcomb sets and delivers. The fastball, and it's fisted over Porter down to the right field line. A fair ball. Bourgeois around second. Jason Espino will come up firing, and his throw to third is not in time. But Bourgeois overslid the bag and is tagged out by Matt Brown. Bourgeois, who is about as fast as anybody on this ball club, he got into third base a good 2 seconds before the throw arrived, but he slid right through the bag. And Matt Brown just kept the tag right on him, so it'll be 9-5 at third base on the out. Credit Jason Espino with his first outfield assist of the season. Garcia-Parra will get credit for a single. And so there's a man at first with 1 away. Jeff Clement standing in, the left-hand batter. He's the catcher for the Missions, hitting .238. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball, and the throw to second base is a little too high. And that'll be a stolen base for Garcia-Parra. Just the 6th steal of the year off Bobby Wilson. Scoreboard is telling you that was a strike. Our plate umpire never told us if it was a strike or a ball. So I guess we'll just go by what the scoreboard says for the moment. Looks like a decent pitch from Holcomb. The count is 0-1 on Clement. Garcia-Parra second after his first steal of the year. Holcomb will give him a glance and now deliver the 0-1, and it's fouled off. Clement late on the fastball, and it's 0-2. I guess when you see somebody overslide a base, perhaps they were running too fast. Is there such a thing? Or just started the slide too late, it would seem to me. Stretched by Holcomb, 0-2 to Clement. Check swing and a curve in the dirt. It was blocked nicely by Wilson. They will not appeal. It's ball 1. And really, a lot of the kudos on that play go to Matt Brown, the third baseman. Espino's throw was late, though it was a good throw. And Matt Brown saw Bourgeois slide in too late. He kept that tag on him all the way across the bag, so even when he got off the base, at that moment he was gone. The 1-2 from Holcomb is low, even the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clement, who was the 3rd overall pick in last year's draft out of the University of Southern California, one hit in the series. He's 1 for 7. Sacrifice fly for the only run batted in. A 2-2 from Holcomb. Swing and a miss. He got him on a changeup. And that is out number 2 of the inning, and the first strikeout for Holcomb. Here are the other numbers on James. He's now pitched 20 innings, surrendering 25 hits. 15 runs, of which only 8 are earned. He's given up at least 1 earned run in all but 1 of his 4 starts. No homers. James is a specialist at keeping the ball in the yard. And along with 3 walks, he now has 10 strikeouts. 2 outs, the batter, Wladimir Balentien. Holcomb lifts the leg and watches Garcia Parra get back into second base as he steps off the mound. Bottom of the first, 0-0. Mission threatening. Garcia Parra had a single, stole second. And with 2 outs, Balentien, the leader for the Missions with 15 RBIs, will take a breaking ball from Holcomb for strike 1. Balentien hit .284, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. This is a Missions ball club that has to pick and choose their spots to bring home runs. They've scored the least amount of runs of any team in the league. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled off the right side for strike 2. San Antonio as a team hits .255. Now, when you're playing here at Wolf Municipal Stadium, that average is going to drop down even further. They hit only .231 here at home. But this ballpark, built in 1994, has the pitchers in mind, and that is for sure. 0-2, Holcomb comes home, and he struck him out swinging with a very slow breaking ball. Holcomb strikes out the final 2 batters of the inning and retires the side, leaving Garcia Parra at second base. No runs on 1 hit and 1 error. There's 1 man left. Top of the second coming up, and it's 0-0. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Fans here in San Antonio cheering on the antics of one of their 2 mascots, Jalapeno. The other mascot, Henry the Puppy Taco, will be out for his nightly race around the bases later on. Fans, I had a chance to go to Henry's Puppy Tacos earlier today along with Mickey Holt, the esteemed PR director here for the San Antonio Missions. If you've never had a Puppy Taco, come down to San Antonio, go out to Henry's. That is something else. Wonderful Mexican food. 0-0 scored, top of the second inning here in the Missions. And it's Mike Elward leading off, taking a strike from Yorman Bazardo. Elward, Wilson, and Espedo, 5, 6, and 7. The pitch on the way from the right-hander. And Elward pulls a ground ball, base hit between third and shortstop. Hanging changeup by Bazardo, and he's kind of lucky that that ball didn't end up into one of the corners or the left field gap. So Elward, who started today, tied for the team lead with Matt Brown with 29 hits, now becomes just the second Texas League player to crack the 30 barrier. 30 hits for Elward, leadoff single here in the second. Now it's Bobby Wilson standing in. Wilson, the Travelers catcher, 0 for 8 in the 2 games of this series. Pitch on the way, and he swings and lines it off the pitcher's glove. Deflected to the second baseman, Garcia Parra, and he will start a 4-6-3 double play. Well, Wilson couldn't hit the ball any harder, but unfortunately, it was lined right back off Bazardo's glove. It fell in front of Garcia-Parra. One-hopped him, and that just starts a very easy, actually not 4-6-3. This one goes 1-4-6-3. 2 outs and the base is empty, and there's only been 3 pitches thrown. Now the batter is Jason Espido. Left-hand batter sends a high fly foul along the left field line. It'll twist out of play to be strike 1. 0-0, top 2. Already it seems the Travs haven't caught a break in this game after that hard-line drive. An 0-1 from Bazardo. Swung on, line towards short, and a beautiful leaping catch by Oswaldo Navarro. So 2 great plays by the Mission's defense here in the second inning robbed the Travs of there would have been 3 hits and no outs. So that at least saved a run for the San Antonio Mission. So the Travelers in the second, no runs on 1 hit and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 0-0. That was quite a defensive inning by the Mission. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to the ballpark in San Antonio. Bill Elton with you on Little Rock, ESPN 1380. Bottom of the second inning and a 0-0 score. The San Antonio Missions will have their 5-hitter, Bryan LaHair, leading off the second. Missions defense turned some pretty plays in the top of the second. Took away at least 2 Traveler base hits and possibly a run. So LaHair stands in, big left-hand batter, and James Holcomb, the right-hander, comes home with a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. LaHair will be followed by Gary Harris and Jesús Guzmán. Holcomb's 0-1 on the way, and LaHair backs away on a changeup down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. LaHair hitting .306 with 3 home runs and 10 RBI. Struggled in this series, only 1 for 8. 1-1 is flied high and shallow into dead center field. Dwayne Bacon waits for it straight away in center and makes the catch for out number 1. 3 in a row retired by Holcomb, who seems to be a pitcher that can get into a groove. James, in his last start, remember on 3 days rest, no less, Holcomb had a tough first 5 batters, allowing hits to 3 of the first 5 men he faced, but then set down 15 in a row. Well, the Travs built up a little bit of a lead. The bullpen was unable to hold on to it, and that's why Holcomb still has no victory. Gary Harris, standing in, left-hand batter, sends a line drive foul on the first pitch the other way towards left field. Fastball up on the letters around the fist, and Harris, who's got a nice inside-out swing from the left side of the box, was about a foot away from getting that inside the line. Harris had 2 doubles yesterday, both of them to the very same spot, into the left center field alley. Left fielder Peel is playing shallow, and they're still giving him that alley. And here's Holcomb go 1. And it's pulled towards the mound, over the mound. Now charging is Rodlin at second. Gets rid of it quickly to first, and Porter does the split. And they record out number 2. Tough play for Rodlin, but just as Michael Garcia-Parra had to in the first inning, Rodlin had to get rid of it quickly to retire the speedy Harris, and he does so in a fine play. So 4 in a row set down by Holcomb. Here comes Jesús Guzmán. Guzmán delivered the game-winning RBI last night in the 4th inning. Entered yesterday's game hitting 190, and had been retired 11 of 12 at-bats and then finished 2 for 2. First pitch, he flares it over to his shallow right. It gets by Espedo, and it rolls past him. It could be a triple for Guzmán. He's at second, trying for 3. Now Rodman picks the ball up all the way in right field, fires to second base, and he'll hold Guzmán to third. Boy, it's a good thing that ball didn't continue to roll to the right field fence, because Guzmán would have had an easy inside the park home run. Once Espedo made up his mind that he was going to go all out for it, if he does not catch the ball and is unable to keep it in front of him, look out, because Guzmán had a chance. Thankfully, Eric Rodlin alertly was running all the way out towards right field, and he actually had to be the backup outfielder because Dwayne Bacon was unable to get behind Espedo in time. So it's a triple for Guzmán, his first of the year, a 2-out triple at that. So here's Matt Rogelstad to get his first at-bat of the series. Left-hand batter, and Holcomb fires a strike on a fastball, and it's 0-1. Rogelstad, only 3 for 17. He's homered once for his only RBI. Left-hand hitter, deep in the box, and Holcomb comes home with an 0-1, and it is fouled off into the third base seats, and James is ahead, 0-2. Nice slider on the fifth of Matt Rogelstad. So the mission's threatening here in the bottom of the second. They had left a runner at second base in the first inning, and they threaten again 1 inning later. Infield plays deep. The outfield still shallow for Rogelstad. Wilson wants it on the outside corner, and the pitch is in the dirt, and Wilson pumped on it, and he'll hold the runner at third. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holcomb, not an overpowering pitcher, although he did finish 4th amongst California League pitchers with 128 strikeouts last year. Fastball in the high 80s, curveball, slider, changeup, good command. It's a 1-2 to Rogelstad. The pitch is swung on and missed. He blew a fastball right by him to end the second inning. Third strikeout for Holcomb. He pitches around the 1-out triple, stranding Guzmán at third. That'll take us into the third inning in San Antonio. A 0-0 score on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
When good spark plugs go bad, even a drive in the country is in jeopardy.
Hey, spark plugs, let's get Captain Novus and performance anxiety.
I don't understand. This never happened before.
Yeah, whatever.
Car's performance letting you down?
Who's this guy?
Autolite XP Extreme Performance Spark Plug, ma'am.
You seem different from the other spark plugs.
I have iridium-enhanced fine wire technology for faster ignition and optimum performance.
Ooh, that's hot.
Autolite, it's time to change your plug.
About 3 months ago, I put a new shaft in my driver, and let me tell you, I am hitting the ball 18 yards farther than I have ever hit it in my life. It's the Mitsubishi Rayon Diamante shaft, and it's also won 8 times on the tour this year, including the Masters. For 20 years, Mitsubishi Rayon has built the high-performance shaft in Japan, and now they brought it to America. The Diamante is available in 6 different weights from 53 to 103 grams and multiple flexes. Go to MitsubishiRayonGolf.com, and you too can start hitting the ball farther than you've ever hit it in your life. I guarantee it.
It's ironic. They're called answering machines, but they never give you answers. Oh, sure, they tell you so-and-so isn't here right now, but you have no idea where they went or when they'll be back. Of course, with Geico, you won't talk to an answering machine. They have thousands of car insurance specialists standing by, so you always get answers from a real live person. No wondering, no waiting, no ironing.
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico, 1-800-947-AUTO.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Travs baseball continues here in San Antonio. Top of the third inning at a 0-0 score. Hey, we've got a patch of blue sky up above home plate, although out in center and in right and in left, it's all gray skies. But it's nice to see a little bit of blue up there, and on a day when they're saying 80% chance of thunderstorms as we get to about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Hopefully by that time we'll be at least halfway through this game, and hopefully at that point one of the teams has more runs than the other. And even further, hopefully that team is the Arkansas Travelers. Greg Porter starts off the third inning for Arkansas, hitting in the number 8 spot. Left-handed batter who waits for the first pitch from Yorman Bazardo. And here it is. It is outside for ball 1. Yesterday, I've never seen anybody hit the ball harder than Greg Porter did and not hit a home run. It's a 1-0 to Porter, and it's a changeup low and inside, ball 2-0. Porter hit it to dead center field. But, Gary Harris caught it right with his back up against the fence. A 2-0 pitch, and it's chopped towards the second baseman, Garcia Parra. He'll glove it deep at second and flip to first for the out, and Porter is 0 for his last 15. Now coming up to the plate, Eric Rodland. Big night here in San Antonio. They're expecting a crowd of about 6,000, but some of the rain showers may keep people away. It looks almost like we've got half the Navy here. First pitch on the way to Rodland. And it is a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. San Antonio may have the largest concentration of military than any other city in the country. An 0-1 to Rodland. And he takes it up high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And many, I believe you call them midshipmen. It's a 1-1 to Rodland. And that's a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. It's Air Force here, nearby Lackland Air Force Base, sending a good couple thousand of their members out here. It's a 1-2 to Rodland, and he swings and misses over top of changeup, and that is strikeout number 1 for Bazardo. 2 away in the third. And Bazardo displaying a very nice-looking off-speed pitch for someone only 21 years old. He's got a nice feel of it. Signed to the tender age of 16 years old, and he turned 16 just 8 days before he'd signed. Bazardo delivers to Bacon, a strike on the inside corner. Bacon grounded out in the first inning, and is 2 for 8 in the series. Bazardo spent his first professional season pitching in his native Venezuela in the Summer League. 0-1 to Bacon is low and inside, 1-1. Bazardo appeared in the United States for the first time as a crack reliever in 2002 in the New York Penn League. Went 5-0 with 6 saves, and then was converted into a starter. Pitch to Bacon is fouled back, and it's 1-2. Rising through the ranks in the Marlins organization, Bazardo got to the Marlins in 2005 for just 1 game, and then was promptly traded over to the Mariners. It's a 1-2 to Bacon, and he swings and misses at that Bazardo changeup. The side is retired on the second consecutive strikeout from Yorman Bazardo. 3 innings. Going into the bottom of the third as the Travs go down in order. It's still a 0-0 score on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sun. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National Trace Weekend Special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Clock Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler Baseball returns to Ray Winder Field coming up next week, Thursday, May the 4th through Wednesday, May the 10th. Right now, you can pick up a discount coupon at a Greater Little Rock Shell gas station for the Shell Discount Family Weekend, Friday, May 5th and Saturday, May the 6th. On Friday, May the 5th, the Travelers giving away Jacksonville Jaguars bobblehead dolls, one of the old-style ones for you old-time Jaguar fans. Our first 500 paid kids will get that bobblehead doll and a free authentic high five when entering the park, and then kids get to run the bases after the game, courtesy of Gator Park. Saturday, May 6th, it is a post-game fireworks extravaganza on the field following the Trabs and the San Antonio baseball game. Scoreless tie, bottom three. Number 9 hitter Oswaldo Navarro takes a strike from James Holcomb on a fastball. Holcomb in 2 innings has scattered 2 hits. He struck out 3. And the right-hander's 0-1 is chopped over the mound. Brandon Wood will charge it. He'll glove it, throw on the run, and Porter right there at first for out number 1. That's 9 men faced by Holcomb. He has allowed the 2 hits, striking out 3, no walks, and nobody has made it. Only 1 man has made it to third base, and that was Jason Bourgeois in the first inning, and here comes Bourgeois to the plate. Yeah, Bourgeois did reach third base, but he overslid it after the single by Garcia Parra sent him from first to third, and Bourgeois was tagged out after oversliding the base. Pitch on the way, and it's a fastball for strike 1. So Bourgeois reaching on the error, meaning the Trabs have now committed 4 errors in the last 7 innings. And 0-1 is a breaking ball down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Garcia Parra on deck. Bourgeois 3 for 9 in the series. Playing in left field today. It's a 1-1. Here it is. Showing bunt. He took the changeup, and it's high, ball 2. Bourgeois, 2 years ago, an everyday second baseman for Frisco, and was counted as a prospect in the Texas Rangers organization. Wind up the 2-1 from Holcomb, and Bourgeois takes under the knees, ball 3. But Bourgeois, who's no longer the beneficiary of that prospect status, now has to get into the game wherever he can play, so he's in left. The 3-1 pitch from Holcomb is outside, and it's his first base on balls tonight. So Bourgeois is on base for the second time today. And for James Holcomb, his 4th walk in about 22 innings this year. 0-0, and here's Garcia Parra standing in. Younger brother of Nomar Garcia Parra had a flare single to right field in the first inning. Taps the bat on the plate, wheels it around. Bourgeois leads away from first, and Porter holding him. With his right foot on the base, there's a throw over to Porter, and Bourgeois back in on his feet. 1 steal today for the Missions. Garcia Parra swiped second 2 innings ago. It was the 3rd steal on Holcomb. That's 1 man caught stealing with him on the mound. And there's Bourgeois running. The fastball is a strike. The throw to second is a perfect throw, but not in time. Bobby Wilson put the throw right into Brandon Wood's glove, and all Brandon had to do was just rest the glove on the base, and the throw went right in there. But Bourgeois got a great break on the pitch from Holcomb. James struggling a little bit holding runners, as he has now allowed 4 steals and 5 tries. And again, Bobby Wilson could not have made a more perfect throw. One of those low throws that just hovers above the grass before it gets to the base. It might have been the best throw by a catcher this year, but still he couldn't throw him out. Bourgeois with his 2nd steal of the season. Garcia Parra has driven in 9 on the year. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it is high from Holcomb, and it's 1-1. Garcia Parra sat out of the first game of this series before going 0 for 3 yesterday, getting hit by a pitch. And he's got a duck on the pond right now. The outfield continues to play in, giving the left field line to the right-hand hitter. The 1-1 is fouled back into the screen, strike 2. The 2 flags that are located here at Wolf are just past the right center field wall above the 2nd level of the billboard. And they are blowing straight in. The American flag just a little taller than the Lone Star State flag. And they're just fluttering along, facing right into home plate. Backing off at second is Rodland, and Holcomb delivers the pitch, and it's lined past Porter down the right field line for a base hit. Bourgeois will be center on third as Jason Espino bobbled the ball in the bullpen. Trying for second is Garcia Parra, and he gets in there to second base. It'll be 1-0. San Antonio takes the lead. And they're going to say he gets second base on the error. There will be an RBI for Garcia Parra. Espino may have had a shot to throw at Bourgeois at home plate, but it would have taken him fielding the ball cleanly in the bullpen in right field, but he bobbled it, so Bourgeois scored no problem. And the error gives Garcia-Parra second, so that's the second error of the game already on the Travs. Still at second is Garcia-Parra. Now is Clement batting, and it's 1-0 the Missions. And Clement sends a fly ball to shallow center. Coming on is Bacon. He is there, and he puts it away, and that's out number 2. Clement, a strikeout and a flyout today. Still struggling in the series, 1 for 9. So Garcia-Parra, the star of the game so far, 2 for 2, with his 10th RBI of the year. The Travs will have to claw back into this one, and the way Yorman Bazardo looked in the first 3 innings, it may be a tall order. There's just not going to be any home runs today, folks, unless a right-hand batter hooks one inside the left field foul pole, which is only 310 feet away. The batter's Balentien, and he pops it up over first base towards the foul line. Porter has no room, and it's into the seats by about 5 or 6 rows. Strike 1 to Balentien, who is 0 for 1, striking out in the first inning, leaving a runner on. Base hits today are going to come on a hard ground ball and line drives, perhaps a few flares. So the outfielders have such an opportunity to play further in that they'll take away a lot of flare hits and bloopers tonight. 0-1, Holcomb at the belt. The kick, pitch to Balentien, swing and a miss. He chased the fastball high and tight, and it is 0-2 on the number 4 batter for the Missions. Balentien is 2 for 8 in the series with no runs driven in. He's got 15 RBIs on the year. Garcia-Parra leads away from second. Rodlin holding him close. Holcomb gives the runner a glance and throws the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out for the second time, both times on high heat. That is strikeout number 4 for Holcomb. But the Missions grabbed the lead with 1 run on 1 base hit. There was 1 error and 1 man left. And after 3 innings at the Wolf, it's 1-0 San Antonio. This is Traveler Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back through Wolf Municipal Stadium. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and San Antonio enjoying a 1-0 lead over your Arkansas Travelers. We'll get to the totals in a moment. Aaron Teal leads off against Yorman Bazardo. First pitch will pepper the inside corner for strike 1. Travs totals, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 man left. Teal was hit by a pitch in the first. Swings and misses at a ball in the dirt here, and it's 0-2 quickly. Missions totals, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, 3 men left. 2 errors by the Travs, none of them leading to a run yet. Teal, Wood, and Brown in the 4th. Bazardo delivers the 0-2. And a slider pulled on the ground, chops at third base. Guzmán waits back for it. He straightens up and throws and retires Teal. And Bazardo, ever since allowing the leadoff single in the 2nd inning, has set down the last 6 Traveler hitters. Standing into the plate now is Brandon Wood. Wood smacked a high drive to center in the first inning that the 25-mile-an-hour gust blew back, and it was caught. First pitch on the way, and Wood takes a fastball knee-high, 0-1. Brandon now 1 for 8 in the series. He's only hit a 2-run homer on Wednesday. 0-1 pitch is a slider, low and outside, 1-1. Yorman Bazardo with 3 1/3 innings, allowing only 1 hit. 1 hit batter, 2 strikeouts. 1-1 to Wood. It's a slider, and it hung, and he took strike 2. Looks like Brandon was expecting the fastball, and Bazardo crossed him up. Bazardo looks sharp. Fastball, slider, changeup. Everything thrown for strikes. The kick and the 1-2 to Wood, and he takes it. Strike 3 called at the knees. A Bazardo fastball for his 3rd of the game. So Bazardo has found the zone, apparently. 7 consecutive Traveler batters set down. It'll be Matt Brown to the plate, and the base is empty. 2 gone. 1-0 San Antonio in the top of the 4th. Bazardo's 1 win this year came on his first start. Pitch to Brown is high, 1-0. Brown grounded out in the first inning. He's 4 for 9 in the series. Bazardo defeated Corpus Christi, the second game of the year, 5-0, allowing only 2 base runners in 6 innings. 1-0 to Brown. Swung on and topped out of play over the first base seat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Since then, Bazardo has lost the game, but his team has lost the last 2 that he has appeared in, him losing only 1 of them. Knocked around in that loss, giving up 11 hits and 6 runs in 6 1/3 innings. 1-1 to Brown. Swung on, fouled straight back. Got a good pitch to hit. Bazardo has left a couple of sliders up in the zone. Because they're slightly off speed, Trav's timing thrown just a bit off. 1-2 on Brown. Last time out for Bazardo, he walked 4, but allowed only 4 hits and 1 run in 6 1/3 innings. Got a no decision, but San Antonio lost to Midland 2-1. No one on for Brown as he holds the bat high. They want to bust him inside. Bazardo deals low and away instead, and it's 2-2. On deck is Mike Elward. He has the only Traveler base hit over the first 4 innings of the game. The entire left field corner is open for Brown to work with. Bourgeois plays into the gap. Bazardo looking for his 4th strikeout out of the last 5 hitters. As a 2-2 count, he kicks and delivers to Brown, and it's in the dirt again, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Brown. The first full count of the game for a Traveler batter. Bazardo with 10 walks and 14 strikeouts on the year. Eyes the sign from Clement, and here's the 3-2. Brown swings and fouls it over the press box, over the roof, and down into the concourse. Still 3-2. Windy night. The wind is picking up even further. Storms in the Alamo City over the next couple of hours. Right now, still dry. Another payoff, and Brown swings and pops it up in a shallow right field. It'll stay in play. Balentien crossing over to foul territory, and he cannot make the play. It bounced into the bullpen, right at one of the 2 home plates in the Traveler pen, and into the crowd. And, folks, I'll tell you what, on any other day, a non-windy day, that ball ends up maybe 5-10 feet into right field, fair by maybe 70 feet. That's how far the wind blew it, all the way from dead right field towards the Arkansas bullpen. So perhaps the baseball gods shining down on Brown as he gets another pitch here. Brown yesterday fouled off 6 pitches, forced a 9-pitch at-bat, and hit a home run. Here comes the 8th pitch of this at-bat, and it is strike 3 taken at the knees. So Yorman Bazardo put a little English on that pitch and strikes out the 4th Traveler out of the last 5 batters. 3 up and 3 down in the top of the 4th. It's 1-0 San Antonio, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
KDXE North.
Arkansas Traveler Baseball moving into the bottom of the 4th inning. Game 3 of a 7-game road trip. Travs defeated San Antonio on Wednesday by a final score of 2-1. Lost yesterday 4-3. And the Travs trailing here in the bottom of the 4th, 1-0. James Holcomb back on the mound to face Bryan LaHair, Gary Harris, and Jesús Guzmán. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Checking out some news from around minor league and Major League Baseball and some of the scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Holcomb collecting his thoughts before he climbs onto the mound and peers in for a sign from Bobby Wilson. LaHair is left-handed, Holcomb a righty, and he starts him off with a fastball over the outside corner, strike 1. Sad news coming out of New York today, actually in Coachella, California. It's an 0-1 to LaHair. Low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Former Major League star and poster boy for cocaine abuse by baseball players in the 80s, Steve Howe, died today, rolling his truck during a crash. There's a line drive base hit down the left field line for LaHair. Should be extras. It bounces in front of Peel. He'll pick it up, but not before LaHair coached into second with a stand-up double. Base hit number 4 for the Missions, and for LaHair, it's his 8th double of the year. About 130 miles east of Los Angeles is where the accident occurred for Steve Howe. 1980 Rookie of the Year with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the first season he spent in professional baseball was right here in San Antonio, pitching for the then San Antonio Dodgers. 6-2 with a 3.13 ERA at age 21, and got up to the Dodgers next year and helped the Dodgers win the World Series in 1981. Harris, the batter, he'll take it inside, ball 1. Travs bring the corners up just a little bit, but Harris did not square around in that first pitch. Man at second is LaHair, no outs, bottom 4. The Missions already out to 1-0 lead, and they're threatening. Wood plays behind the runner, now backs away, and Holcomb comes home with a 1-0, and it's chopped to the mound, played by Holcomb. LaHair will hold, and Holcomb throws the first to retire Harris. He's now 0 for 2. And coming up is Jesús Guzmán with LaHair still at second base. There was no moment of silence here in San Antonio for the death of Steve Howe, although New York Yankees observed a moment of silence for Howe earlier today before their game against the Toronto Blue Jays. Howe played for the Yankees from 91 through 96 and was the last Major League organization that he was a part of. Guzmán, the batter, he had tripled in the second. Right-hand hitter, pitch on the way. Low, 1 ball, no strikes from Holcomb. So that is sad news. Steve Howe's career probably could have been even better than what was already a pretty good relief career. 12 seasons, he had a 3.03 ERA with 91 saves, 47 wins, 41 losses, and a World Series championship with the Dodgers in 81. 1-0 to Guzmán is low. Wilson will throw to second base, but not in time to retire LaHair. He gets back in there. And by the way, the plate umpire called that a strike after the pitch had already been thrown into second by Wilson. Plate umpire, and I've said this the last couple of days, the guys that they've had in San Antonio have called balls and strikes very well. They just called balls and strikes too late. 1-1 to Guzmán. Pitch on the way, and it's a change-up over the knees. It's dropped right at the knees for strike two. Howe, who saved 17 games as a 22-year-old with the Dodgers, probably could have been one of the more dominant relief pitchers of the 80s and the 90s without all the drug problems that caused him to be suspended 7 times. 1-2 to Guzmán is fouled straight back. That was back in the day where, I mean, these days we think baseball has or had a drug problem with steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. What about the 80s and the Pittsburgh cocaine trial? Baseball was riddled with the white powder, and I'm not talking about the chalk they used to get the baselines down to the batter's box. Baseball was riddled with cocaine in the 80s, and Steve Howe was the poster boy. The 1-2 pitch, strike three called over the outside corner. 5th strikeout for Holcomb, and he got Guzmán frozen on the changeup. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Runner still at second. LaHair hasn't even moved after his leadoff double. And here comes Matt Rogelstad. No word on whether or not Howe's crash had anything to do with alcohol or cocaine, but with the addiction problems he'd had throughout his life, and even in August he'd been charged with drunken driving, who's to say? Rogelstad, left-hander, gets another chance to drive in a run, but Holcomb pumps a strike on the outside corner with a fastball, and it's 0-1. Rogelstad left Guzmán at third base in the 2nd inning by striking out. Comes to the plate with a runner at second here in the 4th. And 2 outs. It's an 0-1 pitch, and it is low and away, and it is 1-1. Well, drug problems continuing, however, in baseball as a minor leaguer for the Mets was suspended 50 games for being detected with illegal substances. Ground ball by Rogelstad to the left of second. Shortstop Wood is there, and he'll throw to first to retire the side, and the Missions waste a leadoff double. LaHair never made it off at second base. So the Missions in the 4th, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go into the 5th inning now, and it's 1-0 San Antonio. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
4 innings in the book here in San Antonio. I'm Phil Elson on Little Rock, ESPN 1380, and thanks for tuning in to the Travs' 22nd game of the 2006 season. Travs 9 wins and 11 losses. The opponent, San Antonio Missions, are 7-13. The Missions have a 1-0 lead at the top of the 5th inning. Mike Elward leads off against Yorman Bazardo. Bazardo has set down the last 8 hitters ever since Elward began the 2nd inning with a single to left. Pitch on the way, and Elward will single into right field in the first pitch. Picked up by Balentien. He had thought of throwing to the first baseman, but LaHair was not on the bag, and who knows, Elward may have been thrown out, but he'll settle into the first base area with his second hit. That's only 2 hits of the game for the Arkansas Travelers, coming off the bat of Mike Elward. Up to the plate now is Bobby Wilson. Elward, after singling in the second inning, Wilson then hit a comebacker to the mound that bounced off Bazardo's glove, ricocheting to Garcia Parra, who started a 1-4-6-3 double play. Pitch here to Wilson. It is high and inside, and it's 1-0. And no Traveler had made it on base until Elward here in the fifth. Mention about the Mets minor leaguer who's been suspended 50 games for testing positive for performance-enhancing substance. Toss over to first base, and Elward is back. It's a 33-year-old Japanese pitcher, Yusuke Iriki, in his first year in the United States, who has been slapped with that 50-game suspension. Elward runs, and Wilson swings with a fly ball towards the gap in right center, but Balentien tracks it down and makes the catch, winds up and fires into first base, but Elward got back in. I'll tell you, Wilson hit it to the right spot, but too high in the air to get that past the outfielders, not with the wind blowing in from right center field, and that gap is 385. So Wilson is 0 for 2, and here's Jason Espino. If Iriki was found last year with that substance in his body, his suspension would have been 10 days, so it increases 5-fold in just 1 year. And you think that drug policy isn't working anymore? Here's Espino, and he'll swing and miss over top of a changeup, and it is 0-1. I doubt that Iriki was using steroids, because there are all kinds of over-the-counter drugs available in Japan or in the Caribbean, elsewhere around the world, that you can't get on over-the-counter here in the States, and those are on the banned substance list. Throw over to first base, and Elward is back. For instance, certain kinds of cold medicines contain a drug that are on the list of banned substances, and you can get suspended for using cold medicine. The 0-1 to Espino was fouled at the plate. It hit him while he was back in the box, still 0-2. You can remember last year, Willie Collazo was caught with a performance-enhancing substitute. So was Ryan Leahy. And if anyone's ever seen Leahy and Collazo, steroids ain't going to do much for them. They're pretty small guys, and they did not gain weight, at least not muscle mass. 0-2 from Bazardo. Struck him out swinging with a changeup. That's the fifth of the game for Yorman Bazardo, and that changeup looks big league quality. 2 outs, and here comes Greg Porter. But anyway, I mean, there's Iriki in his first year in the United States on the 40-man roster for the Mets, playing at AAA. He was pitching fairly well in the starting rotation, and now has to sit out for the next 50 games, probably for using some kind of weird cold medicine. The batter is Greg Porter. He takes a fastball right down the middle, and it is strike 1. 2 rainouts in the Texas League today. Tulsa and Frisco at Driller Stadium, no games. Midland and Wichita at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, rained out. 0-1 to Porter. He'll swing and miss at the changeup from Bazardo, and it is 0-2. This might not be a great matchup for Porter, who struggles at times with off-speed pitches. And Bazardo, who knows this, has already struck out 5, most of them with a changeup. Delivers the 0-2, and Porter took the changeup inside ball 1. The only other game in progress in the league is at Corpus. Springfield and the Hooks, 0-0, top of the third. So only half of the league schedule will be played today. 1-2 to Porter. Here it is. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Strikeout number 6 for Yorman Bazardo, as he looks dominating for the moment. The Travelers get no runs on only 1 base hit, leaving a man at first. And the Travelers have been held to 2 hits over the first 5 innings. It's 1-0 San Antonio. Bottom of the 5th coming up on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Tip that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Tip, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, the
ribs, catfish, chicken. Here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Here in the bottom of the fifth inning in San Antonio, it's 1-0 Missions over the Crabs. Ozzie Navarro leading off against James Holcomb. Holcomb's pitched well over 4 innings, but still trails 1-0. The right-hander delivers to Navarro, and he chops towards shortstop. Wood is right there to field it and back of the base, and his throw to first will retire the batter. 1 pitch and 1 out for Holcomb. Checking the scores around the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. We haven't even been able to get to these scores yet. Goodness, we've only played about an hour and 5 minutes, and we're already halfway through the game. In the National League, Pittsburgh holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. Bottom of the 7th inning. End of 6 at Cincinnati. The Reds over the Astros 3-2. Preston Wilson hit his 5th home run for the Stros. Top of the order, Jason Bourgeois takes a strike from Holcomb with a fastball. Bourgeois has been on base twice. Reaching on a throwing error by Wood and walking scored the only run of the game. Back in the 3rd inning. Pitch on the way, showed bunt, took him in the dirt. 1-1. The New York Mets a 3-0 lead at Atlanta. Bottom of the 6th inning at Turner Field. David Wright. Home run number 4 for the Mets. Up at third is Brown, the 1-1 on the way, and it's grounded to Porter at first base. Goes behind him, he'll recover, and flipping over to first base. Holcomb couldn't get there in time, and safe at first is Bourgeois. We'll wait for the call on that. It'll be an error on the first baseman, on Greg Porter, unable to field the ball cleanly, and that makes Bourgeois on base for the 3rd time today without the end of a base hit. It's the 3rd Traveler error. Fielding really letting the team down for the moment. And for Porter, it's his 4th error of the year, all of them at first base. It'll be Garcia Parra standing in with 1 away. Garcia Parra is 2 for 2. Both singles to right field. Bourgeois leaning towards second. He's already stolen 1 today. Holcomb holds at the stretch, and timeout is granted to the batter. Garcia Parra backs out. Back in the 3rd inning, Bourgeois stole second base on the first pitch with Garcia Parra at the plate. He got a great break, and even a perfect throw by Bobby Wilson could not throw him out. And then Bourgeois would score, and Garcia Parra's base hit to right field. The stretch and the pitch with the runner staying. It's a pitch out. It was very high. Good thing that Bourgeois stayed on it. 1 ball, no strike. Other scores in the National League. Colorado over the Marlins 2-1 in the 6th inning. Former driller Brad Hoff hit his 7th home run. Nats leading at St. Louis 5-1. Bottom 2, Nick Johnson and Ryan Zimmerman with home runs. Holcomb is ready. The pitch to Garcia Parra is fouled off. Over to the luxury suites on the first base side, and it's 1-1 to Garcia Parra. One final out of the National League. The Cubs defeat Milwaukee 6-2, and Greg Maddux, folks, Maddux at 40 years old starts the season 5-0 for the first time in his career. What does he have in store for the rest of the season? The 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, Bourgeois runs. It is inside. The throw to second base is not in time. And the Missions continue to run on James Holcomb. The third steal of the night against the Travelers. And Bourgeois, who had stolen only one base over the first 14 games he had played in this year, has now stolen two in 2 tries. Same situation that Garcia-Parra had in the third inning. 1 out and Bourgeois at second base. 1-0, the Missions leading. And they try for more. Rodlin backs up at second. He's a step onto the outfield. Wood is right behind Bourgeois, laying up the middle. And it's a 2-1 pitch to Garcia-Parra, and it's chopped to third and picked up by Brown on the first bounce. His throw to first base is in time. Ordered through behind the runner to second. Bourgeois got back in there. It'll be 5-3 on the out at first base, and Bourgeois does not advance. Later tonight in the National League, West Coast games in San Diego and San Francisco. The Dodgers at the Padres, Jay Stow and Chris Young, the starters. The Diamondbacks and the Giants at AT&T Park. Miguel Batista versus Jason Schmidt. Up to the plate is Jeff Clement. He is 0 for 2, struck out and fly to center. And a pitch into the dirt, which is blocked by Wilson. About a third of the way to third base went Bourgeois before getting back in his second with no throw. 1-0 on Clement. In the American League, the Texas Rangers on the Cleveland Indians tied in the 6th inning 4-4. The Seattle Mariners trail Baltimore 5-2 in the 7th inning. Corey Patterson and Miguel Tejada homered for the Birds. Lopez for the Mariners, his 4th. It's a 1-0 to Clement, and it's in the dirt again, blocked by Wilson, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Minnesota trails Detroit 6-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Marcus Thames and Chris Shelton have hit home runs. Shelton with his 10th. Toronto leading the Yanks 5-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Catalanato and Hillebrand have hit home runs for the Blue Jays. Bernie Williams hit his first home run of the year for the Yankees. A 2-0 to Clement, and it is a fastball outside. 3-0. Tampa Bay 5. The Red Sox nothing. Top 7 at Tampa. Oakland over the Kansas City Royals 5-1. Bottom of the 4th. Ellis beat for the A's. Sweeney for the Royals. Dangerous 3-0 count on Clement. Pitch is low, and Holcomb walks his second of the game. A 2-out walk to Clement, bringing up Wladimir Balentien. And we finish up the scoreboard. White Sox and the Angels later tonight at about 9:05. Freddie Garcia-Parra, 3-1, takes on Jeff Weaver, 1-2. The Angels in first place in the American League West with 12 wins and 10 losses, 1 game better than the Texas Rangers. Oakland 2 games out. First and second, 2 out for Balentien. Holcomb has struck him out twice on 3 pitches each time. First delivery here is high and tight for ball 1. So it won't be a 3-pitch strikeout from Holcomb to Balentien, who has now struck out 31 times on the year, which trails Brandon Wood for the league lead in homers by 1. Strikeouts by 1. The 1-0 pitch is cut on and fouled off the catcher's mitt, and it's 1-1 on Balentien. The Missions with the only run of the game coming in the third. 1-out walk to Bourgeois. He stole second and scampered home. On the base hit to right by Garcia-Parra. Here in the 5th inning, Bourgeois reached on an error by Porter, then stole second. Clement took the 2-out walk, and here's Holcomb's 1-1. Swung on and missed by Balentien. A check swing. The ball was in the dirt, but he followed through the wrist. Plate umpire Ernie Pantuso, who knows one thing or two about baseball, says you went around. Let's see if Holcomb breaks out the slider of death. It's a 1-2 count on Balentien. Into the stretch he goes. The right-hander's pitch is swung on and missed. It was a high fastball, and James Holcomb has struck out Wladimir Balentien 3 times in 3 at-bats. The 5th inning comes to a close. The Missions get no runs and no hits. 1 traveler error and 2 men left. 5 in the books heading into the 6th. Missions 1, Travelers nothing. This is Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients. as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks & Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We take our game into the top of the 6th inning here in San Antonio as the cloud cover starts to get a little bit darker. The wind's still blowing in at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Storms moving to the north of San Antonio, closer to Austin up the I-35 corridor. But there is a rather large storm coming down Highway or Interstate 10 from Junction. And it looks like it's going to hit San Antonio sometime in the late evening, but hopefully not during this game. Travs could use a little thunderstorm at the plate. They've only collected 2 hits. Eric Rodlin leads off and takes a pitch outside from Yorman Bazardo, who has dominated so far. The next pitch to Rodlin is also outside, and now Rodlin leads 2-0. First time to 2-0 since the 3rd inning. Bazardo in 5 innings has struck out 6, scattered the 2 hits. Rodlin struck out of the 3rd inning, and he takes ball 3 outside from Bazardo. Bazardo hasn't walked anybody, though he did hit Aaron Teal in the 1st inning. Here's the pitch to Rodlin. Takes all the way, and it's a strike on the low away corner, 3-1. Following Rodlin is Dwayne Bacon, then Aaron Teal. Bazardo delivers the 3-1, and Rodlin swings and grounds a base hit over the mound and into center field. So perhaps the Travs may be on Bazardo, who has been effective mostly due to a devastating changeup. It looks like a major league pitch, folks. Without question, Bazardo's got the possibility to be a big league pitcher. Here comes Dwayne Bacon to the plate. Bacon is 0 for 2. He has grounded to second and struck out. Up at third is Guzmán. There's a throw by Bazardo to first base, sending Rodlin diving back in, and he is safe. Will Bacon be up here to bunt? The mission thinks so. Guzmán is 5 feet in on the grass. He does show bunt, but takes it outside, and it is 1-0 on Bacon. Bacon, who has bunted for a couple of base hits this season, has also dropped down a team-high 3 sacrifice bunt. Rodlin leads away. LaHair holding. There's a throw back to first base, sending Rodlin diving back in. He's safe. 1-0 the mission. It's unfortunate when you see that the Travelers have equaled their hit total with their amount of errors. 3. San Antonio hasn't done much better to play. Only 4 hits off James Holcomb. A 1-0 count, the stretch. Bacon squares, got the bunt down. It's a drag bunt. Tough play. Bazardo fields it. Underhand flip to first base for the out on Bacon. No margin for error for Bazardo. He had a long way to get to the first base foul line. Picking up the ball and then had to deal with Bacon running right past him. But he did a nice job. Nice job by Bacon, making sure that bunt did not go right back to the mound. 1-3 goes the sacrifice, and now Peel and Wood are set up to tie the game perhaps. First, it's Peel's chance. Peel hit by a pitch in the first and grounded out of the 4th. Rodlin left alone at second. The first pitch is a slider on the inside corner called strike 1. Aaron Teal only 1 for 8 in this series. Yesterday, struck out 3 times. And Bazardo, remember, is whipped 6 in 5 1/3. It's an 0-1 to pitch. Teal takes it again, and that was inside a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike on Teal. 7 RBIs on the season for Teal. And batting in the number 2 spot, he has had some opportunities. Rodlin with about a 6-step lead. The 1-1 to Teal is swung on and grounded to the second baseman. Garcia-Parra fields it cleanly, and sidearm flips to first base to record the out 4-3. That does advance Rodlin from second to third, but it'll take a little bit of 2-out lightning here from Brandon Wood or perhaps Matt Brown, who comes on deck. Here's Woody. Brandon 0 for 2, fly to center, and has been called out on strikes. Bazardo from the windup with a man at third. Pitch to Wood as a slider, and it's under the knees. 1 ball, no strike. 17 RBIs for Brandon, 2 in this series on a home run on Wednesday. A 1-0 pitch and a fastball right down the middle, and it's frozen, strike 1. Bazardo holds the ball in the glove, looking into the sign. Clement sets up on the corner outside. The 1-1 pitch is fouled away in the air over the first base seats, and now Bazardo is ahead 1-2. He has gone to the changeup quite a bit on 2 strikes. With the sense he feels confident in it. Here comes the 1-2 to Wood. It's the slider, and it missed the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Close one there. Good eye by Wood. Brandon does strike out quite a bit, but I think he's got a decent eye at the plate. It's only going to get better. The 2-2. The kick by Bazardo. He delivers, and Wood fouled it in the air, staying alive. Again, over the first base seat and into the lobby. Tying run at third base, 1-0 San Antonio in the 6th. The pitch on the way, Wood takes it, and it just missed again. Low, perhaps, outside perhaps, but a very close one there. Bazardo is attacking the strike zone against Brandon Wood. The count, however, is full. And Matt Brown waiting on deck for a shot. Here is the windup and the payoff to Wood. Swung on and missed. He struck him out with a slider. And Bazardo, with his 7th strikeout of the game, strands the tying run at third. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left for the Travs. We'll take it to the bottom of the 6th inning now, and it's still 1-0 San Antonio. This is Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at San Antonio's Wolf Municipal Stadium on what is proving to be a comfortable yet threatening night with winds packing up 25 and out 30 miles an hour and storms coming in from the north. Apparently, these teams have somewhere to go tonight. We've only played 1 hour and 23 minutes, and yet we're in the bottom of the 6th inning with San Antonio leading 1-0. The credit today goes to the pitchers. James Holcomb has thrown 5 strong innings for the Travs. Yorman Bazardo, however, has outdone him with 6 scoreless innings of 3-hit balls. Holcomb back out in the 6th. Bryan LaHair leads off, and a pitch on the way. And the big left-hand batter fouls it back, and it's 0-1. LaHair, who had an 8-game hit streak end yesterday, is now hit in 9 of 10 games after doubling to start the 4th inning, but he never made it off second base. Left-hand batter, 1 for 2. Holcomb finds the sign. Into the glove he goes. Wind up in the 0-1, and it's low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Harris on deck, then Guzmán. The Mission scoring a run in the 3rd inning, and yet they've had only 2 other men reach third base. Pitch from Holcomb to LaHair, missed low and inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Travs, meanwhile, have had only 1 man make it as far as second base. They have been dominated by Bazardo. Here's Holcomb's 2-1 to LaHair, and it is a strike at the knees, a fastball, and it's 2-2. Holcomb kicks. The 2-2 to LaHair is grounded to Brandon Wood. Moves to his right, 1 foot, picks it up, throws across, and gets the out, 6-3. 1 away in the 6th inning to bring up Gary Harris. Remember, Traveler fans, we've got our next Family Sunday coming up on Sunday, May the 7th. Corpus Christi will be in town, and if you just bring your church bulletin to the ballpark on any Sunday home game this year, you'll get $6 admission for the entire family. Not $6 per person, $6 total. It's Gary Harris who's grounded out twice, and he pulls the first pitch up the middle. It is backhanded by Rodland, and the second baseman flips the first. And that's the second very quick out of the inning, 2 gone. Not only is it Family Sunday on May the 7th, but also AARP Day. Free tickets for any AARP of Arkansas member. Just flash your membership card at the gate, you'll get in. After the game, kids run the bases and receive a free gift from Gator Park. Sunday, May 7th, 2 o'clock, first pitch, gates open at 1. The batter now is Jesús Guzmán, and he fouls the first pitch over the press box, strike 1. Guzmán hit a flare in the 2nd inning to shallow right field as Jason Espino tried to dive for it, got under him, past him, and Guzmán sprinted to third base with his first triple of the year. Then Holcomb caught him looking in the 4th. 2 outs, no one on for Guzmán. A lot of room on the right side of second base. Holcomb's 0-1 on the way. And the curveball missed a little low, and it's 1-1. 1-0 San Antonio. The Mission's trying for consecutive wins, and they've only pulled that trick once this year. It's a 1-1, and it's pulled foul outside third base. 1-2, pardon me. The Missions have won back-to-back games twice this year. They actually won 4 of their first 5 games before dropping 10 of 11. It certainly stuck them in a deep hole to start the 2006 first half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Holcomb is a curve, and it missed the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Guzmán. Mission's last won back-to-back games April 9th at Corpus and April 10th here in San Antonio against the Midland Rockhounds. The 2-2 to Guzmán is popped up over the bullpen in right field and out of play. Still 2-2 on Guzmán. The Travs, meanwhile, they haven't done much better than San Antonio when it comes to winning back-to-back games. They pulled that trick 3 times. Haven't done it since April 14th and 15th at Wichita. Still 2-2. Holcomb into the glove. The wind-up, the pitch, and it is hit in the air towards right center field. Bacon going back into the gap with room, and he'll make the catch. And the 6th inning is complete for James Holcomb. It is a perfect 6th inning, and the first perfect inning he has thrown today. That'll take us into the 7th. 1-0 San Antonio on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
If you're looking for answers from an auto parts store, get ready. Advance Auto Parts is working harder to help you save money by doing it yourself. Get ready for ASE-certified experts who are ready to help. Get ready for in-depth information from our free do-it-yourself brochures. Get ready for Advanced TV, our exclusive in-store video network that will have you going from no way to knowing how in no time. For all the advice you'll ever need, the first place to go is Advanced Auto Parts. We're ready in advance.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? A what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Not working with the Century 21 agents. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 Service Pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 Pledge is offered by participating officers. Each officer is independently owned and operated.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The Puppy Tacos dance on the field here at Wolf Municipal Stadium after the sixth inning. They got plenty to dance about for the moment because we have a bona fide pitcher's duel here in the Alamo City. Phil Elson with you, and after 6 innings of play, it's San Antonio 1 and Arkansas nothing. Here are the totals to begin with the Travs. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. The Travs have stranded 3 men, and for San Antonio, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. The missions today leaving 6 men on base. Yorman Bazardo, the star of the game so far, back on the hill for his 7th inning of work. It's the longest he's worked this year. The right-hander goes to work against Matt Brown, where the first pitch popped out of play over the left side, strike 1. In 6 innings, Bazardo has struck out a season-high 7. He's walked nobody. He's hit a batter and allowed only 3 base hits. Brown grounded out to third base and has been called out on strike. Matt waits to step into the box, now does so. The outfielder's shallow but straight away, and it's an 0-1 from Bazardo. And it's pulled hard, and a nice play by the third baseman Guzmán, wheeling around off the line. His throw is in time, and Matt Brown retired by Guzmán. Another fine play at the hot corner. Guzmán in the last 2 days has made 4 or 5 very nice plays way off the line, deep into the hole. And he really seems to be comfortable at third base, kind of cradles the ball into his body when he tries to play it off to the side rather than just reaching out. He really does a nice job working around the hot corner. So 1 away, and 4 in a row set down by Bazardo. Here's Mike Elward. Elward with 2 of the Travs' 3 hits tonight. And Bazardo starts him off low and away with a fastball, and it is 1-0. 2 rainouts in the Texas League today. Tulsa rained out their game at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a 1-0 to Elward, and the slider is low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. So a doubleheader tomorrow for the Drillers and the Frisco Rough Riders at Driller Stadium tomorrow night. 2-0 to Elward, and he takes a fastball inside, ball 3, 3-0. Wichita and Midland also rained out, so they waited a little bit longer to cancel the game at Lawrence Dumont. Here's Bazardo's 3-0. Elward will take all the way, and it's a strike on the inside corner, 3-1. One other game in progress at Corpus. The Hooks leading Springfield 2-1 at the bottom of the 4th. The 3-1 to Elward is swung on and missed. The changeup from Bazardo had him in front, and now it's a full count. On deck is Bobby Wilson. Wilson 0 for 2 and 0 for 10 in the series. Elward now 3 for 10 of the series, trying to start something. Here's the payoff pitch. Low and away, ball 4. A close slider, and Elward aboard for the 3rd time. That's the first base on balls for Yorman Bazardo today. And Bazardo, who had walked 10 in his first 23 innings of the season, has now walked his 11th on the year. The tying run is aboard for Wilson. Again, we've got that hard wind coming in from center, and so it's conducive more to hitting hard ground balls and line drives. Pitch to Wilson, swing and a miss. Slider, strike 1. Wilson hit a very high fly ball towards the right field gap in the 5th inning, but with the wind blowing so hard, the ball hung up, gave the center fielder Harris plenty of time to come over and make the catch. 0-1 to Wilson, swung on, line drive, base hit into right field. Elward will hold at second base with Balentien coming up to the infield. A couple of men on base now, and it's the first time tonight that the Travelers have two men on the bases at the same time, and the San Antonio bullpen will begin to stir. Jason Espino is scheduled to bat against Bazardo, and the Mission send pitching coach Brad Holman out to the mound for a chat. Warming up in the Mission's bullpen is a right-hander, Nate Mateo. So Bazardo now has thrown 6 in the third inning and has allowed a couple of men on base for the first time today. Remember, Traveler fans, tomorrow night we wrap up the series at 7:05, and then starting the series in Corpus Christi on Sunday afternoon at 2:05. From Whataburger Field, 2:05 Sunday, and on Monday and Tuesday, 7:05 first pitches. Wednesday will be an off day for the Travs before starting a 3-game series against San Antonio in Little Rock from May the 4th through May the 6th. To purchase your tickets for Travs games, just dial them up at 664-1555, and don't forget to ask about the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game, brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. June 20th, the All-Star Game in Little Rock for the first time in 8 years. Here's Espino standing in. Tying run at second base, go-ahead run at first. Left-hand batter is 0 for 2. He's lined to short and struck out. Yorman Bazardo gives a glance at second. He throws the pitch, and it's ripped for a base hit into right field. A hard ground ball, balancing up with it cleanly, and the runners will hold one base apiece. It's going to be bases loaded for Greg Porter. Perfect throw, by the way, for Balentien, who showed off a strong arm to the plate. So Greg Porter is set up now with the bases juiced. Travs were supremely quiet at the plate over the first 6 innings, but now, after Matt Brown's hard ground ball to start the inning was smothered at third by Guzmán, Yorman Bazardo was walked outward. Wilson and Espino with hard hits to bring up Greg Porter. Porter is 0 for his last 16. Pitch on the way, and he chased it in the dirt and missed it. Well, strike one on Porter. 5 RBIs for Porter, one of them on a sacrifice fly that was absolutely crushed to dead center field yesterday. A fly ball here should tie the game. Greg getting his third chance with the bases loaded more than any other Traveler. Just the 6th at-bat for a Trav with the bases loaded all season. Here's Bazardo's 0-1 to Porter. And it almost hit him, but he turned away from it, took it low and in. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Bazardo trying with the slider. Not a very good-looking pitch, however. He almost threw it away. 1-1 to Porter, who's hitting under 190 now. 5 RBI. Big at-bat here, not just in this game, but for Porter. It's a 1-1. The stretch and the pitch. Greg will take a fastball, and it's ball 2, high and outside. At third base, Elward. Wilson at second, Espino at first. 1-0 San Antonio, top 7. Porter brings the bat back and waits. Bazardo checks the runners. The pitch swung on, chopped to second base. Garcia-Parra fields it, goes to second, 1 away. The throw to first will not be in time. And Elward scores from third to tie the game 1-1. Tough time for a double play. It was a chopper into the hole at second. Garcia-Parra had a longer throw to get the out at second base. Navarro tried to get the out at first anyway, but Porter beat that relay by a good 3 feet. So Greg will get credit for the run batted in. There's men in the corners, and for Greg, his 6th RBI of the year. Out at second base is 4-6, so Espino is off the bases. Wilson to third. And now the batter is Eric Rodland. Rodland, before this inning, was only one of 2 Travs to collect a hit today. He had a single up the middle in the 6th. He's 1 for 2. Left-hand batter, and Bazardo tried the outside corner, but his slider was just a little too far off the corner, and it's 1-0. 7 RBIs for Rodland. An 8 here in this inning will put the Travelers ahead. 1 ball, no strikes pitch to Rodland. Swung on, line drive, center field, falling, base hit. And the Travs take the lead as Bobby Wilson scores on Eric Rodland's 2nd base hit of the game. 2-1 Travs. sweet swing by Rodland. Took a fastball around the knees on the inside corner and lined it right back up the box. Boy, Yorman Bazardo looked like he was due to throw a shutout, but he does not make it through the 7th inning. Darren Brown emerges from the dugout. He's going to the Mission's bullpen. This call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can turn a double play with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. Just make calls and access the internet at the same time using only one phone line. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. The Travs now in front, 2-1. We'll get back after a 60-second break for the remainder of the 7th here on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-TICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Nate Mateo is the new pitcher for the San Antonio Missions as the call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T is now complete. Mateo inherits a couple of men on the bases. At second is Greg Porter. Eric Rodland at first after his go-ahead hit knocked Yorman Bazardo from the game. Mateo making his 6th appearance of the season, all from the bullpen. No wins, 2 losses, allowing 5 runs on 11 hits in 9 innings, walking 2, striking out 12. Mateo, standing 6'1", 160 pounds, is 26 years old from Sotomayor in the Dominican Republic. Bazardo, who was in line for the win after the first 6 innings, now in line for the loss. Goes 6 2/3, allowing 6 hits. So far, 2 runs, both earned, responsible for 2 men on the bases. Bazardo walked 1 and struck out 7. So now James Holcomb is in line for the win. If the Travs can hold on to what is right now a 1-run lead, Dwayne Bacon of the plate will try to make it a 2-run lead. Porter leading away from second, big lead. Rodland from first, and Bacon will swing and hit it hard. A nice scoop at first by LaHair down on the knees. He'll get up and trot to first base for the unassisted putout. And just like that, the 7th inning is over. The Travelers managed to take the lead with 2 runs on 3 base hits. No San Antonio errors. 2 men left. And the Travelers, going into the 7th inning stretch, lead San Antonio now by a score of 2-1 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
The pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
The wind continues to blow in San Antonio, and the Travs have now blown in front of the Missions by a 2-1 score, putting up 2 runs in the top of the 7th. This is a Missions ball club that, when trailing after 6 innings of play, are 0-9. So it's not a ball club that has come back at all. James Holcomb has the lead to work with in the 7th. Matt Rogelstad leads off. Left-hand batter showing bunt, and Holcomb delivers way outside, 1-0. James Holcomb has set down 4 consecutive batters, and that is the second time he has done so today. Rogelstad has struck out and grounded out, and this pitch is popped up towards the seats at third, way out of play. 1-1 on Rogelstad. Holcomb over 6 innings, allowing just 4 base hits, 1 run it is earned. He's had to deal with 3 errors committed by 3 different fielders. Struck out a season-high 6. Pitch on the way, and it's reached for and popped out of play over the roof at third base, and that is strike 2 on Rogelstad. Ozzie Navarro on deck, then Jason Bourgeois. Top of the order has been a tough part for James Holcomb. Here's the right-hander's 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a heavy, hard fastball. The AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet radar gun here at Wolf Stadium, located in the right field corner, blares 92 miles an hour on the Holcomb heater. And that's 5 in a row set down, his 7th strikeout. Here comes Ozzie Navarro, the number 9 batter. Shortstop is 0 for 2. And twice he has grounded out to his counterpart, Brandon Wood. Holcomb standing tall on the mound, gets the sign. Here's a pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, and Navarro takes strike 1. Navarro 0 for 9 in the series, hitting under 250 now. The 0-1 on the way. In the dirt, good 4 feet in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Any other finals out of the major leagues here? Well, we've got the Pirates ending a 7-game losing streak, beating Philadelphia 3-1. Ian Snell with his first win as a major leaguer. A 1-1 to Navarro, and it hit him, raised his jersey. So, unfortunately, Holcomb puts the tying run aboard with 1 out of the 7th to take us to the top of the Missions order. Baltimore victor today over Seattle 5-2. Daniel Cabrera defeats former Mission Gil Mesh. Ray with save number 7. Jose Lopez, who's a former San Antonio player, homered for the 4th time. Miguel Tejada and Corey Patterson went each for the Birds. Here's Bourgeois, who's been on base 3 times without a hit today, reaching on a fielding error, a throwing error, and a walk. He's also scored the only San Antonio run. Holcomb will flip over to first base. Navarro dives back in. Better watch out for Navarro. He has stolen 4 bases in 5 attempts, and the Missions today have stolen at will against Holcomb. 3 steals. And even Bobby Wilson's best efforts, he's not been able to throw a man out. He'll come set, flip to first again. It was too high, and Navarro was back in there. Ozzie Navarro stole 11 bases last year in 18 tries. Never been a great base stealer, but he does have the speed to swipe it. First pitch, runner stays, shows bunt. Bourgeois took it outside, and it's 1-0. Bourgeois has pulled a ground ball to Wood today, and he has slapped one to Porter at first each time an error committed. Brown is a step up at the grass at third base. Middle infielders double play that. It's a 1-0 count. The pitch from Holcomb is swung on and fouled away. A late swing by Bourgeois, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The Travs 2, and the San Antonio Missions 1. We've got a plastic bag that got loose somewhere from the crowd. It's blowing along the right field fence. And hopefully that won't come into play soon, because it is in play right now, up against the billboards in right field. The wind swirling around. The stretch, Holcomb throws to first again. And Navarro dives back in ahead of the throw. Outfield shift towards right, expecting for Bourgeois to go the other way. Give him the entire left field corner. It's a 1-1 pitch, and it's a slider down low, ball 2. 2-1 to Bourgeois, who has driven in only 5 runs this year. He's had 2 extra base hits in this series and only 4 on the season. Into the stretch, Holcomb on a 2-1 pitch, and it's high and inside, ball 3. Holcomb, who has walked a couple of batters, has now hit Navarro. Falls behind Bourgeois 3-1. Michael Garcia-Parra on deck. The pitch, the runner goes. Swung on, ground ball, base hit into right field. And Navarro going first to third. Espedo throwing to third base, not in time. And holding it first will be Bourgeois. The tying run at third base with one away. And Garcia-Parra coming up. Perfect hit and run play by the Missions as they're able to get Navarro to third. So finally Bourgeois gets his first base hit of the game, but he reaches for the 4th time. No action yet in the Traveler bullpen. Remember, we talked with Tyrone Boykin during the pregame show about his pen being fresh and ready to go. And it seems there will be some stirring in the pen right now. Tim Bittner has stood up. And it looks like Bittner will begin to throw. Garcia-Parra has 2 hits, both singles to right field. He knocked in the only Mission run with a single in the 3rd. Last time up, he bounced out to third base. Double play gets Holcomb out of the inning. Here's a step to third and a look at first, and the runners hold. Bourgeois has stolen 2 bases today, and you got to figure he will be running some time in this at-bat. And for nothing else to keep the Missions out of the double play. Pitch on the way, fly ball hit into dead center field. It's enough to score the run. Drifting towards right center, Bacon makes the catch. And here comes Navarro from third to tie the game at 2. The throw from center field got away, and it got past the second baseman, and over to second now goes Bourgeois. That'll be a 4th error on the Arkansas Travelers. Nobody backing up. Brandon Wood had to back it up at third base. But Bourgeois saw the throw get loose from Bacon, and it's going to be an error on Bacon. And again, 4 errors on the Travs today. They've committed 7 errors in 2 games. So the sac fly for Garcia-Parra actually works twofold. Brings home the tying run, moves the go-ahead run to second base. Jeff Clement is the hitter. Pitch on the way from Holcomb. The changeup missed a little high, and it's 1-0. 2-2 score, and Garcia-Parra with both RBIs for San Antonio. And you see what the hit and run does for a ball club. It leads directly to the run. Clement has struck out, fly to center, and walk. Left-hand hitter, Holcomb the righty with a 1-0, and it's popped up over third base towards the fence. The bullpen scatters as Matt Brown slides towards the pen, but it's over the fence and out of play by a 1 row. And it's 1-1 on Clement. So the hit batter does come back to haunt James Holcomb. And it's too bad, too, because Holcomb has pitched a dandy of a game. It's tough that his fielders have committed 4 errors. But James did hurt himself by hitting the batter. Stretch, 1-1 pitch to Clement is a high fastball, a little outside as well. But he's still bringing it up there. The AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet radar gun says 94 from Holcomb. A lot harder than I've expected to see James throw. It's a 2-1 count. Clement waits. The pitch is a fastball over the outside corner, and strike 2 is called by our plate umpire, Ernie Coach Pantuso. Bittner still throwing in the pen. Holcomb up around 90 pitches. This will be it for him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He checks second, kicks and delivers, and Clement swings and misses out a ball in the dirt. It's picked up by Wilson. He steps inside the line and flips to first to complete the inning. 2-3 goes the put-out, so the Missions tie the game in the 7th with 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Traveler error, and 1 man left. 7 innings are in the books. We'll go to the 8th. Travs 2, Missions 2 on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste.
0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
KDXE, North Little Rock.
Back to 2-0 in Travelers baseball.
7 innings are complete. We have gone into the 8th now at Wolf Municipal Stadium with the Travs tied with the San Antonio Missions 2-2. Each team has won a game in this series. Each of the first 2 games of the series have been decided by 1 run, and it looks like we may be en route to the same sort of decision tonight. Leading things off in the 8th inning for the Travs is left fielder Aaron Peel. Peel, Wood, and Matt Brown against Nate Mateo. Mateo works from the stretch, and a pitch to Peel is a big curveball for strike 1. The Missions start to get cautious defensively. They send the third baseman Guzmán up against the line. LaHair still plays off the line at first. Here's a pitch to Peel. It is another curveball, and it missed, and it's 1-1. Peel, hit by a pitch in the first, has grounded out twice since. Wood and Brown to follow. Mateo delivers, and it's a fastball for strike 2, inside corner. Mateo in his 3rd professional season with his 2nd professional organization. Started with the San Diego Padres and was traded last year on the trading deadline. Pitch on the way, curve, fly ball, shallow center, coming in Harris. Still coming in, and he's there to make the catch. Interesting note here is that Bazardo, the starting pitcher for the Missions, was traded on July 1st, 2005 to the Mariners from the Marlins. Mateo was traded July 31st, 2005 to the Mariners from the Padres. And he was traded in exchange for Miguel Olivo. Olivo was then sent from the Padres to the Marlins. He's catching for the Marlins these days. Pitch to Brandon Wood is in there for strike 1. Wood having a tough series, 1 for 10, 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. Pitch on the way, and he's out in front, chops it into the third base dugout. Strike 2 to Wood. Bittner still throwing in the Arkansas pen. The Missions pen is quiet. Guzmán still hugs the line at third, though the left field corner is Woods to work with. Mateo finds the sign with an 0-2 pitch coming to Wood. He'll swing and slowly roll it down the line at third, and it bounces foul. Brandon hit a pitch there, which was pretty close to his belt buckle. Still 0-2. The Cardinals getting walloped at the moment by 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning at St. Louis. Washington Nationals 7, Cardinals 2. Marlins trailing Colorado still in the 8th inning, though, 2-1. Here's the stretch. Mateo deals an 0-2 to Wood, and he's reached out and popped up into shallow left field. The wind will blow it toward shortstop, and Navarro is underneath it to make the catch. And now Wood is 0 for 4. The Mets continue to lead at Atlanta with David Wright hitting 2 home runs, 5-2 Mets. Cincinnati 5, the Astros 2 in the 9th inning, and the Pirates already beat Philadelphia today, 3-1. Detroit blanked Minnesota 9-0 on 6 hits. Nate Robertson got the win. He's 3-2. Thames and Shelton each hit homers for the Tigers. The batter is Matt Brown, and he is 0 for 3. Pitch on the way. Curveball, 1-0 on a pitch that missed inside. Brown has bounced out to third base twice and has been called out on strikes as well. Nobody on for him. Mike Elwood on deck. Here's Mateo's 1-0 pitch. It's fouled over the press box. Got a fastball a little above the zone. And it is 1-1. Cleveland 6, Texas 5 in the bottom of the 8th, and Kevin Mensch homered. Once again, that is 7 straight games that Kevin Mensch has hit a home run. I believe that is one shy of the Major League record. 1-1 to Brown. Fouled off over the first base side. And it is 1-2 to Brown. 7 games in a row used to be the record by Dale Long and Don Mattingly, but I believe Ken Griffey Jr. achieved 8 games in a row just a few years ago. 1-2 to Brown. Swung on. Line drive past the third baseman Guzmán towards the left field corner, but cut off by Bourgeois, and he'll hold Brown to a 2-out single. Brown's first base hit of the night is his 5th of the series, and the go-ahead run is aboard with 2 outs. Here comes Mike Elwood. Yankees still trailing Toronto in the 9th inning 5-2. Boston trailing Tampa Bay in the 9th inning also 5-2. Oakland 5, Kansas City 2 in the 7th. And the Angels and the White Sox are just about to start their game at Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Top 8, 2-2 tie here at San Antonio. Mike Elwood, the batter, the go-ahead run at first. Guzmán still hugs the line, now way behind the bag. Elwood is 2 for 2 of the walk. Here's a pitch, and it's low and away on Mateo's fastball. 1-0. Mateo entered the game in the 7th inning with first and second for the Travs and 2 outs through 1 pitch. Got the out he was looking for. And set down 2 in a row to start the 8th before the single by Brown. A 1-0 to Elwood. Swung on, chopped between first and second. It goes to right field for a base hit. Brown attempting for third base, and the throw to third is not in time. So Mike Elwood on base for the 4th time with his third base hit. Go-ahead run moves to third base, and now Bobby Wilson can give the Travs another lead if he comes through with a hit. Bobby Wilson was 0 for his first 10 in this series before collecting a 1-strike base hit to right field in the 7th inning. That was last inning. And here comes Bobby into the plate after Mateo and Clement, along with the third baseman Guzmán, talk this over. Guzmán will play off the line. The infield is deep. LaHair holding Elwood at first. Pitch to Wilson as a curve. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Wilson today has hit into a double play, flied out to right field, and singled. He has hit the ball hard all the 3 times he's been at the plate. The stretch, and Mateo gives a glance at third, kicks and delivers, and Wilson takes another curveball, and it is strike 2 on the inside corner. So Mateo coming with 2 consecutive curveballs to get ahead of Wilson. Go ahead run at third. Insurance at first. 2 outs. The 0-2 to Wilson. Swung on, reached out, poked high over the third baseman's head, but it hooked foul just over the San Antonio bullpen. And Wilson will walk back to the plate. Bobby with 7 RBIs on the year in 16 previous games. Trying to come through with that last clutch base hit and then leave it up to the Arkansas bullpen. Bittner continues to throw in the pen. We will see Tim Bittner in the bottom of the 8th. Wilson back up there, trailing 0-2 in the count, 2 outs. Mateo deals a curve, and it's chopped along the line at third, and foul once again. The wind still blows in from right field. A high fly ball to right is not going to do anything. Elwood running on the pitch, and Wilson checks it. It's in the dirt. They will appeal. Did he go? Yes, said the first base umpire, Eddie LeBeck, and the strikeout of Bobby Wilson will end the 8th inning. Close call there. Travelers in the 8th, no runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And going to the bottom of the 8th inning now, it's the Mission 2 and the Travelers 2 on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 8th inning at Wolf Municipal Stadium. Another quick game here between the Travs and the San Antonio Missions. But who knows how long this one's going to go. A 2-2 tie. And in the bottom of the 8th, the Travs make their first pitching change of the night. Tim Bittner emerges from the pen. He relieves for James Holcomb. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast, high-speed internet. Order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price online at att.com. It's Bittner on, replacing Holcomb, and unfortunately for James Holcomb, another no decision, so his record will remain 0-2. But his finest appearance of the year, striking out a season-high 8 in 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks. Bittner to take it for the moment. Left-hand pitcher against the number 4 batter, Wladimir Balentien. And the first pitch turned Balentien around. It's far inside, and it's 1-0. Time called as the ball got loose from the Traveler bullpen, where Rich Thompson has just begun to warm up. Bittner appearing for the 8th time. 2 wins, no losses, 3.86 ERA. Balentien struck out all 3 times against the Traveler starter Holcomb, twice on 3 pitches. Bittner, the left-hander, is ready, and it's a 1-0 to Balentien, and it's a fastball, letter high, called strike 1. Bittner allowing a 382 batting average against, 13 hits and 9 in the 3rd inning. Here's a 1-1. Balentien took it, and it's a strike at the knees. Nice tight slider from Bittner, 1-2. Balentien 2 for 10 of the series with an infield single and another single to his credit. Not much. Infield is deep. The 1-2 comes, and it is a little outside, 2-2. On deck is Bryan LaHair. Gary Harris after him. Between these 3 hitters, only 1 base hit. Bittner from the stretch at all times comes set. Wilson wants it on the inside corner, and here it is. It is high and inside, 2-2. I believe the count should be full. Scoreboard says 2-2. Here comes the pitch from Bittner, and he struck him out swinging with a changeup. 4th strikeout for Wladimir Balentien out of 4 at-bats. That's riding the horse. 1 away, bringing up LaHair. For Bittner, strikeout number 5 on the season in 9 2/3 innings. LaHair, the batter, lined out to center, doubled, and grounded out 1 for 3 and 2 for 11 in the series. Lefty to lefty, and Bittner's delivery is outside, 1-0. Haven't seen a single drop of rain yet here in San Antonio, though it's coming. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and it's up high, ball 2. 2-0 from Bittner to LaHair. Storms will hit the San Antonio area at about sometime in the very early morning. 2-0 to LaHair. Strike 1 called on the outside corner from Tim Bittner, and he gets his first strike of the at-bat. A pretty important strike, too. A 2-1 count. LaHair waiting, opens the stance. Here's Bittner's pitch, and he got him to slowly tap to third base. Tough play for Brown. Barehand throws and couldn't get the out. The throw is a little bit offline. It'll be a base hit for LaHair. Looked like Brown stumbled just a little bit, enough to throw off the rhythm that he had gathered with his momentum carrying him towards the plate. His throw was maybe half a foot down the line from first base. So the sixth base hit of the night for the Missions, an infield single for LaHair. He's 2 for 4. Now Gary Harris will step in. He's 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs. Doctor ordering the double play. Crabs infielders tell the left fielder Peel to back up a little bit. Remember that Harris hit a couple of doubles to left field yesterday, even though he's left-handed. First pitch is a curveball in there for strike 1. Nice big bender from Tim Bittner. Tim Bittner gets his ground ball at a turn 2 in. It's an 0-1 count, and the pitch is fouled into the dugout at third, right through the stairwell. And it is 0-2 from Bittner to Harris. Harris has struck out 15 times this year. And double plays. He's hit into 2. The 0-2 from Bittner is grounded to second base. This will not be enough to turn 2. Rodlin will have to move to his left to pick it up in the hole. He flips to Porter at first base for the second out, but the go-ahead run moves up 90 feet. LaHair at second base with 2 outs for Jesús Guzmán. Let's see if they put in a pinch runner for LaHair. A couple of games ago on Wednesday when LaHair cracked a double in the 9th inning, represented a tying run, Baron Brown immediately put in Sebastian Boucher as a pinch runner. Time called by the Traveler dugout, and here comes Ken Patterson emerging, jogging out to the mound. Traveler pitching coach will have a little powwow with James Holcomb. Rich Thompson still throwing in the Arkansas bullpen. 2-2 score in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Missions took the lead in the 3rd on a run-scoring single by Michael Garcia-Parra. The Travelers took the lead in the 7th inning. Greg Porter with a bases-loaded RBI groundout. Eric Rodlin a 2-out single to center to drive in the second run. But then the Missions tied it in the 7th. Sac fly by Garcia-Parra. LaHair will be pinch run for him. It's pinned in another pinch runner for him. And I believe that is Sebastian Boucher who's come in to pinch run. So they'll have to put in a new first baseman next inning. See who that is out there at second. Number 21, it is Sebastian Boucher. So Boucher, the new runner at second base. And it'll be Jesús Guzmán batting against Tim Bittner. Guzmán, right-hander, is 1 for 3. He drove in the winning run yesterday with a single in the 4th inning. Second baseman Rodlin holds Boucher on. Porter off the line at first, and time is called just as Bittner lifted his leg. Guzmán, only 4 RBIs this year, one of them yesterday. Stands into the plate, and Rodlin pretty close to the bag at second against Porter is about 15 feet off the first base line. It's a first pitch. Guzmán takes it inside, 1-0. The outfield is not quite straight away. Bacon a few moves over towards right field. Espedo fairly close to the line in right. And all outfielders are playing shallow with that stiff wind coming in from right field. The stretch, Bittner delivers the 1-0, and it is outside, ball 2. Matt Robelstad on deck. He's 0 for 3. He's also a left-hander. And perhaps Bittner might not be giving Guzmán anything to hit if he tries to chase one and get himself out instead. Bittner gets a long look at the sign from Wilson. Now comes set. And the 2-0. Instead, he'll turn to second base and hold on to the ball. Boucher takes that lead of only about 5 feet. Rodlin isn't letting him stray too far. Bittner gives the runner a glance. Now the 2-0 to Guzmán is a fastball over the outside corner. Strike 1. Bittner back as a reliever. He's spent most of his time with the White Sox as a relief pitcher. Feels comfortable. He's done a nice job so far this year. Trying to keep this game tied in the 8th. The 2-1 to Guzmán is fouled off over the first base roof, and it's now 2-2. And so Bittner, after missing with the first two pitches, has not messed around. He's come right at the strike zone. Boucher, the pinch runner, still taking only a 5-step lead. Rodland playing off the base. Backs away. The 2-2 is in the dirt, and Wilson right on top of it. Runner holds. Porter has now played a little closer to the line at first. He's no longer 15 feet off, more of a normal 6 to 7 feet off the bag. Thompson continues to pump fastballs in the Traveler bullpen as Bittner tries to close out the 8th. 3-2 from Bittner to Guzmán, and Rogolstad in the on-deck circle. Bittner steps off. Points out towards right field. And he sees that some more paper products have gotten loose with these strong breezes. Actually, that was a baseball that got loose from the Traveler pen, and Jason Espita will toss it back to Thompson. Bittner toes the rubber, puts the ball behind his back. Boucher leads away from second. Bittner comes set. And here's the 3-2 pitch to Guzmán. He'll swing and ground it hard, and off the third baseman Brown down the left field line. Here comes the go-ahead run. Boucher scores. Into second is Guzmán, and the Missions lead 3-2. Call it a base hit, but Brown was right there for that play. It should be the 5th error of the game on the Travs, as the defense has been horrendous tonight. Going to be a double for Guzmán. Should be an error. Should be 5 errors today on the Travelers. It was hit one step to Brown's right. He was there for the play. Sure, it was hit hard, but it was right down the middle of his body. Missions 3, Travelers 2. Matt Rogolstad, the hitter, takes a slider low and away, 1-0. Rogolstad is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Bittner still dealing with a man at second base. He lifts his leg and turns to the runner, but no one's there for the throw. So now the Travs will have to come back in the 9th inning, and Jon Huber, the San Antonio closer, warming up. It's a 1-0 count, and the pitch from Bittner is a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Four Traveler errors and another ball that should be a 5th. You cannot win games when you commit these many mistakes in the field. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed on a fastball, and it's 1-2. Rogolstad has had opportunities for 2 other RBIs. Here's the 1-2, and it's fouled back. 1 RBI in the season for Rogolstad, and that was a solo home run. When we get to the 9th inning, we start at the bottom 3 hitters of the Traveler order: Jason Espita, Greg Porter, and Eric Rodland. One, 2 to Rogolstad. Reached out and popped out of play. So here in the 8th inning, an infield single by LaHair. Went to second base on a ground out to the hole at second. And a hard ground ball by the Guzmán off Matt Brown at third base for the go-ahead double. Now a 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Guzmán with a winning RBI yesterday and the go-ahead RBI today. Folks, this guy had only 3 RBIs in the first 16 games. The 2-2 is chopped over the mound towards Wood at short. He charges in gloves, throws on the run to retire the last batter of the 8th inning. That'll go 6-3. But the Missions take the lead with 1 run on 2 hits, left 1 man on base. We'll go to the 9th, 3-2 San Antonio on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Crunch time for the Arkansas Travelers. Either they score at least one run, or they will have lost for the second straight game against the San Antonio Missions by 1 run. A 3-2 score. The Missions take the lead on the bottom of the 8th inning on the RBI double by Jesús Guzmán off Matt Brown's body. And now Jon Huber has come out to try to close the game for the Missions. Huber, who recorded the save yesterday, facing 4 batters, retiring them all. 4 saves, no wins, no losses, and a 5.40 earned run average. It'll be the bottom 3 hitters in the Arkansas order, with Jason Bourgeois, Greg Porter, and Eric Rodland, 3 left-hand batters against the righty. Huber faces Nate Mateo, who went an inning in the 3rd, allowing 2 hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, and Mateo, the pitcher of record for the Missions. Tim Bittner is the pitcher of record for the Travelers. Here's Espedo, and he's 1 for 3, a single in the 7th. He's lined out and struck out. First pitch, swung on and missed on a curve from Huber, 0-1. Defensive replacement at first base is John Nelson. He's hugging the line. Over third base, Guzmán plays the line. Middle infielders deep, and the 0-1 to Espedo is another slider, and it's strike 2 on the outside corner. Huber threw almost nothing but breaking pitches yesterday, doing the same today. It's an 0-2 count on Espedo, and the pitch is a slider, and Espedo could not help himself. He swung and missed at a ball in the dirt. Strike 3. Espedo asking the plate umpire how come he did not foul it. Espedo thought he fouled that ball. He argued with the plate umpire before walking away. So the strikeout of Espedo for out number 1. Greg Porter's the hitter, and he'll take a fastball from Huber over the outside corner, 0-1. Huber now with 3 strikeouts on the year in 7 innings. Porter 0 for 3, 0 for his last 17. 0-1 check swing. It was low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Eric Rodland on deck. Travs need a little rally here. Right fielder Balentien actually playing deep. Left fielder Bourgeois shallow. It's a 1-1 to Porter. Swung on, ground ball right to the second baseman, Garcia Parra. 1 step in right field is there, and he'll throw to first base for the second out. Huber got right on the inside handle of the bat on Greg Porter. Nothing more than a very weak ground ball. 2 away, and here's Eric Rodland. Travelers are an out away from losing consecutive games to a team that hadn't won consecutive games in 2.5 weeks. Pitch on the way to Rodland. Swung on, fouled off into the third base seat. Strike 1. Rodland is 2 for 3. Strikeout, single, and then an RBI single his last time up. That gave the Travs a short-lived lead of 2-1. They now trail 3-2 with 2 outs in the 9th inning and no one on base. 0-1 to Rodland is a fastball off the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Stretched by Huber, 1-1 pitch to Rodland. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Another slider by Huber. Rodman stands back in. Huber gets the sign. Here's a 1-2, and it's chopped foul outside first. Crabs today committing 4 errors. They could legitimately have been charged with 5. Traveler fielders in 2 games have committed 8 errors. Here's the 1-2 to Rodman. Swung on a high bouncer and foul once again to first. Of room to the hole at shortstop and to the hole at second. 1-2. Rodman fouled it off again. 4 fouls in this at-bat, 3 in a row. Rodman checks his thoughts, steps in. Huber looking over the left shoulder. He'll step off. Wayne Bacon on deck. Aaron Peel after him. And if Rodman reaches base, neither Bacon nor Peel nor Woods, a 3-hitter, have had a hit today. 1-2 to Rodman. Fouled off again. A little flare into the last level at third base. Rodman doing everything he can to keep this at-bat alive. Eric steps up. He's hit no homers this year, 5 doubles. Pitches a curve, and it's missed the outside corner. It is 2-2 to Rodman on a very close call. Huber delivers another pitch, and Rodman stays alive. Another foul ball. It's the 6th foul ball of this at-bat in 9 pitches. Catcher Clement will jog to the mound. He will have a chat with Huber, who's trying to save the game for Nate Mateo. Rodman back in, Clement back behind the plate. Huber finds the sign. He's ready. Pitch to Rodland. Swinging a chopper to shortstop. Coming is Navarro. Gloves it high. And he cannot get rid of the ball. He lost it. He dropped it. And Rodland is safe at first base. Would have been a very tough play for Navarro. And so the official scorer is awarding Rodland his 3rd hit of the night. And the Travs are still alive. Very high tapper to short. Navarro looked like he tried to throw the ball before he got it in his glove. Tying runners aboard. Here's Dwayne Bacon. Bacon is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. He's grounded out 2 times and struck out. He'll bat left-handed. Here's a pitch, and it's a fastball right down the pipe. 0-1 on Bacon. The Missions 3, the Travelers 2. Top 9, 2 outs. Rodman creeping off of first, and Nelson holding him. Huber steps off and looks him back. Guzmán will still hold the line at third base, opening up a giant hole into the shortstop area. Left fielder Bourgeois is shallow. There's a lot of room in the gap in left center for Bacon. Into the stretch, Huber. And an 0-1 is grounded up the middle. Shortstop Navarro has it. He'll shuffle to the second baseman. They force out Rodman, and the Travelers lose to the San Antonio Missions by a 3-2 final score. In the 9th inning for the Travelers, no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. And another 1-run game. This one goes in the column of a loss. The San Antonio Missions win back-to-back games for the first time since April the 10th. And that was 18 days ago. Travelers commit 4 errors in the loss, and they've committed 8 errors in 2 games. Folks, this team, although they've made some very nice plays in the field, they are seriously struggling with the gloves and the arms as of right now. 3-2 the loss. San Antonio is 8-13. The Travelers fall to 9-12. We'll come back to the final totals and the recap next on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand-new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field's 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstiles. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380. It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elton.
For the Arkansas Travelers, their 10th loss over the last 14 games. They lose 3-2 to the San Antonio Missions. Here are your unofficial final totals. For Arkansas, 2 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors, 8 men left. The San Antonio Mission scores 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and also 8 men left. Winning pitcher is Nate Mateo, and his record is 1-2. Tim Bittner suffers the loss, falling to 2-1. Jon Huber saving his 5th of the year and 2nd game in 2 nights. Time of game was 2 hours 32 minutes. Paid attendance was 4,049. The Mission's now 8 wins and 13 losses. They've won 2 of 3 in this series, and the Travelers fought in 9-12. Recapping the game, the Missions got ahead in the 3rd inning against James Holcomb. A 1-out walk to Jason Bourgeois, who then stole second base. And Michael Garcia-Parra delivered a run-scoring single to right field, bringing Bourgeois home 1-0 San Antonio. Yorman Bazardo dominated the Travelers over the first 6 innings, and actually out-pitching James Holcomb until the 7th. Bazardo had held the Travs to only 2 hits with 7 strikeouts until the 7th. The 1-out walk to Mike Elwood started the mini rally. Bobby Wilson would then single to right field, and then Jason Espedo also pulls a base hit to right, loading the bases for Greg Porter. Porter chopped into the hole at second base. It would flip to second for the out on Espedo, but Porter beat the relay, allowing Elwood to score from third with a tying run. And then Eric Rodlin delivers a go-ahead single right into center field. 2-1 Travelers after the top of the 7th inning, but that lead did not last. Holcomb made a mistake in the 7th, hitting Ozzy Navarro with a pitch with one away. Then a hit-and-run single by Jason Bourgeois sent Navarro to third base, and a sacrifice fly by Michael Garcia-Parra brought him in to tie the game at 2 apiece. Travs had an opportunity in the top of the 8th against Nate Mateo. 2-out singles by Matt Brown and Mike Elwood set up Bobby Wilson, but he swung and missed and struck out on a pitch in the dirt to end the inning. And then the Missions take the lead for good in the bottom of the 8th. With one away, Bryan LaHair reached on a little tapper to third base. Matt Brown unable to flip to first in time for the out. On to second base went LaHair as the next batter, Gary Harris, bounced out into the hole at second base. The Missions decided to put in a pinch runner, Sebastian Boucher, for LaHair at second, and it proved to be part of the difference as Jesús Guzmán then stepped up, hit a hard ground ball right to the third baseman Brown. It took one step to the foul line, was unable to make the play. The ball bounced off his right leg and down the line and left. And on that double, awarded to Guzmán, the winning run scores. And then the Travelers in the 9th inning did get the tying run aboard, but Dwayne Bacon grounds out to end the game. 3-2, San Antonio pulls out the victory over the Arkansas Travelers. So we'll come up next with the ITT, with the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And the Allstate Insurance postgame report rolls along on Little Rock, ESPN 1380.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
3, 2, 1, go.
Travs fall in San Antonio 3-2, and now have lost 2 of 3 games in this series. Every one of the games in the series has been decided by 1 run, and the 1-run games continue for the Arkansas Travelers. Travs have now played 13 1-run games, and have gone 7-6 in those games. 2 rainouts today in the Texas League. Tulsa and Frisco rained out at Guerrilla Stadium. Midland and Wichita rained out at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Only one other game in progress is at Corpus Christi, where in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Hooks enjoying a 5-2 lead over the Springfield Cardinals. Josh Bonifay of Corpus Christi hit his 5th home run of the year. So the Travs now fall 5.5 games in back of Springfield. They fall an extra half game in back of Tulsa, 3 games in back of the Drillers for second place. Checking the Major League scores, we've got a couple of finals in each league. In the American circuit, it was Baltimore over Seattle 5-2. Daniel Cabrera got his second win. Gil Mesh falls to 1-2. Miguel Tejada homered for the 6th time. Corey Patterson hit his second. And Jose Lopez goes deep for the losing Seattle Mariners. Detroit, a 9-0 shutout victory over the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers now 14-9. Twins are 9-13. Chris Shelton hit his 10th home run for the Tigers. Marcus Thames hit his 3rd. Winning pitcher Nate Robertson is 3-2, while Brad Radke falls to 2-3. A couple other finals, 3 finals actually in the American League. Cleveland 7, Texas 6. Davis over Bauer. Wickman saving his 5th. Kevin Mensch homered for the 7th consecutive game. And the New York Yankees loses today at home to the Toronto Blue Jays and Roy Halladay. 7-2, Blue Jays win. Halladay is 3-1 with a win. He defeats Wright. Jared Wright is 0-2. B.J. Ryan saves his 4th. 3 home runs for the Blue Jays, including 2 by Shea Hillenbrand. Frank Calimato also going deep. Yankees got the first home run of the season from Bernie Williams. Tampa Bay over Boston 5-2. Casey Fossum defeats his former team, beating Matt Clement. Walker saving his first. Finals in the National League was the Reds winning again. 16-7 is their record. A 5-4 win at home over the Houston Astros. Roy Oswald takes his first loss of the year. Danny Clausen got the win. Dave Weathers saved his seventh. 2 homers for the Astros. Preston Wilson, number 5, and Lance Berkman, number 9. The Mets win in Atlanta, 5-2. Pedro Martinez, 5-0 with the win. David Wright added a pair of home runs. John Smoltz falls to 1-2 at the loss. Billy Wagner saved his 6th. Braves did get a homer from Chipper Jones. The Pittsburgh Pirates end a 7-game losing streak with a 3-1 win at home over in-state rival Philadelphia. Ian Snell, the winner, is 1-2. Brett Myers, the loser, 2-1. Mike Gonzalez saves his third. Greg Maddux might be the story in the early part of the season as the professor goes to 5-0, pitching the Cubs to a 6-2 victory at home over the Milwaukee Brewers. Maddux, a 5-0 record and an ERA, I believe, around 1.20. Dave Bush took the loss. He's 2-2. A couple of homers for the Cubs, Ronnie Cedeno and Jock Jones. Currently in progress in the National League, bottom 9 in Florida. The Marlins just tied the game off of the Colorado Rockies closer, Brian Fuentes. It's a 2-2 score in the bottom of the 9th. Brad Hoff has hit his 7th home run for the Rockies. St. Louis trailing Washington 8-3. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Albert Pujols has hit his major league leading 13th home run. 2 homers for the Nationals, Nick Johnson and Ryan Zimmerman. Dodgers and Padres, 0-0 in the third. The Arizona Diamondbacks have a 2-0 lead at San Francisco in the second. And in the American League, only 2 games going on at the moment. Oakland trying to close out Kansas City. 5-2 the A's lead in the bottom of the 9th. Reggie Sanders and Mark Sweeney have homered for the Royals. Mark Ellis going deep for the A's. And the other game, the Angels get a home run from Vlad Guerrero in the first inning, his 6th. It's the Angels 2 and the Chicago White Sox 1. Those are your scores from the majors and the Texas League, and it's brought to you by the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget, Southwest Airlines is the official airline for the Travelers and available online at southwest.com. Well, the Travelers lose a tough one, 3-2 against San Antonio. We'll wrap up the broadcast and set up tomorrow after this on Little Rock ESPN 1380.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwest Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
This is Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Wolf Municipal Stadium as the San Antonio Missions have defeated the Travelers by a 3-2 final score. Bill Elson with you on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, and let's wrap this thing up. Final totals, they're official. Travelers, 2 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors, stranding 8. San Antonio scores 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Missions strand 8 as well. Winning pitcher Nate Mateo out of the bullpen, 1-2 is his record. Tim Bittner takes a loss. He falls to 2-1. The save for Jon Huber is his 5th. Time of game was 2 hours and 32 minutes, and the paid attendance 4,049. Arkansas falls to 9-13. San Antonio up to 8-13. And we will be wrapping up this series tomorrow with a 7:05 first pitch. Starting pitchers tomorrow for the Missions, it'll be left-hander Jason McIntosh. We haven't seen McIntosh this season. He's 1-0 and a 4.35 ERA. Rafael Rodriguez toes the rubber for the Travelers in his second AA start. He got a no decision in his opening game, giving up 4 runs in 6 innings. 7:05 first pitch. Airtime with the ITT Tech pregame show is 6:45 here on Little Rock ESPN 1380. A big thanks back to the studios to Brad Hicks, and whomever it was he was talking to over there, and also to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for making sure we are on the internet. Thank you very much, our folks in New York City, and to you fans especially for tuning in to tonight's game. Once again, our final score was the San Antonio Missions 3 and the Arkansas Travelers 2. This is Phil Elson reminding you that it is only a game. Have a great night. We'll talk Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.